Slash and Cast.
Hello, Courtney.
Hello, Stephanie.
How's it going?
It's going good.
Good.
Yeah.
We have an exciting episode today.
We do?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because not just us today. We have one of our podcast friends joining us.
And who is it?
We have CK from Mirths and Monsters. Hi.
Hi.
Hey, hello. Every one of your episodes is exciting.
Wow, coming out strong.
He
getting
is
an early
starting
bite
off with the
lowering
brown
people's
nose and early,
expectations,
okay?
so-
We have time to disappoint you still, so hold up.
They might be surprised about how good it is. Also, hello.
I have a bit of a surprise for you. Well, we have a bit of a surprise.
Yeah.
Since we drink in all of our episodes, we were like, what can we do that's like Scottish vibe, right?
And morning, by the way.
And morning. Yes.
But those are
Good
two.
call. We were trying to bridge the gap. Do you know what we're going to say?
No.
Do you-
I hope it's not Iron Brew.
It's Drambuie.
Oh, wow. That's a perfect
Yeah.
10 o'clock in the morning whiskey.
It sure is.
Yeah.
We made
It's a
some
breakfast
iced
whiskey.
coffee with
Yeah.
it. Yeah. We
Oh,
made some iced
cool.
coffee, and it's fantastic.
Yeah. We love
Yeah.
it.
Oh,
It's really
if I
good.
drank, I would be drinking it.
Mm. Yeah, we were pleasantly surprised, and we were like, all right, this is good.
I'm okay with
Drambuie
it.
is a good one, to be fair. It is a good one. I don't actually drink anymore because I decided to stop. Because
Good for you.
it gave me headaches and things. But I've got a couple
Okay.
of whiskeys in my cupboard. And
Mhm.
yeah, Drambuie is a good one. So yeah, that
It's
was
a good
pleasant.
one.
I'm drinking this standard.
Surprise.
You're
I'm
drinking your
drinking
water?
it's a vintage Pepsi Max
That's
from
a big bottle,
That
too.
is a big bottle.
2022.
Oh.
It's a good year.
Oh,
Vintage
This
for
is
sure,
vintage.
yeah.
good year. Yeah.
But yeah, I also actually do have my water as well.
Uh-oh. A
Because I'm trying to be
present.
healthy and blah de fucking blah. But yeah, that was a lovely
Hello?
surprise. Thank you.
Oh, we lost you
Oh,
for a
no.
I
second.
lost you.
You froze
here
holding your
again?
bottle like this.
You're
yeah,
here.
we got you.
Yeah. Yeah. I just mentioned that I've actually still got water as well because I'm trying to be healthy. Oh, now you're frozen.
Oh,
Good
look.
for you.
We got some, too.
We got some water.
We have water for when we're done with our Drambuie. Just to still drink something. Can you hear us
Yep,
okay?
still frozen. I can hear you completely
good.
fine. So maybe we should just ignore the freezing thing.
Oh.
But I don't know.
Just act like you're
Yes.
talking to us. Don't even look at us.
I hope we freeze in like a pose that's not creepy as shit
Yeah,
for you.
well,
so.
it probably is. It's fine.
You're drinking whiskey at 10 in the
So,
morning.
CK, before we hop in, do you want to...
Are you judging
I
us?
was just going to say, how dare you judge us? It's either this or mimosas. So, I
Yes.
mean...
It's the
Well,
same
not
thing.
really, because
Yeah.
every Scottish whiskey is a breakfast whiskey. If you're, you know, we're not a healthy people.
See? So why are you judging us? Why are
I'm
you
not
going
judging
shade?
you.
We're basically Scottish is what you're saying. So,
Yeah.
fine. Okay.
Drunk before noon, yeah.
Yeah, we are Scottish now.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Official. Before we hop in, do you want to tell everybody about your shows? Well, I say shows, plural, but tell everybody about yourself. And if they don't know who you are, shame on them,
Yeah.
by the way, because you are
Fantastic.
doing a lot of stuff. Yes, and you're awesome.
Yeah, I'm not surprised if folk don't know me. I'm a recluse. I'm not. I'm just really quiet, honestly. Right. So I am CK.
Not before we started recording.
Yeah, no, you're not quiet.
I know. I'm
To us.
sorry. I'm trying to pretend that I'm not a fucking mouth on legs. Yeah. Already with the swearing. So I do a family podcast called Mirths and Monsters, where I don't swear. I think I said bloody once in the past 5 years. It just turned 5. But yeah, it's called Mirths and Monsters. And the reason I
great
started
show.
the show was to give, thank you very much, was to give the real stories behind these so-called monsters. Bigfoot,
Mhm.
Yetis, and vampires and werewolves and all this kind of stuff related. and I go traveling with my furry crew, which is my dog Finn and my 3 cats, which is Bobby and Castiel, who are the security, and the little Ray Skywalker, who is a maniac who's obsessed with Barry Manilow. And she can talk.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, she loves Barry Manilow. In the Bermuda Triangle episode, they have to answer 3 questions, and the answers are lyrics to Barry Manilow songs. So that was very, very helpful. But yeah, that's just turned 5, which is amazing, and it's great fun to do. I am very much, I mentioned this before, I'm very inconsistently consistent. So episodes do come out, just don't know when. Really, they'll show up in your ear holes. Or your earballs, as some
You
people
just
call
keep us
them.
all on our toes. That's what it is.
Pretty much, yeah. But that's that one. That's the main one.
Stephanie.
So that's the long one. I'll briefly mention the other 2 because I am still doing them. They're just I'm catching up with writing the episodes and stuff. One is one I do with my friend Suzanne called CK's Killing It: True Crime and History. So with that one, she does most of the research. I do the talking because she doesn't like doing the talking, and I don't know how to research basically. But we do
Perfect
cases.
pair.
It's a good
All the
duo,
cases
yeah.
we do pretty much. Yeah, she loves it. She subscribes to newspapers and everything. But all the cases we do are pre 1960 because we
Cool.
figure that older cases maybe need some attention as well. So maybe these people who suffered don't get forgotten.
Right.
And nothing at all to do with the fact that every other fucker is doing present day cases, and we wouldn't get any downloads. But that's a secondary thing. But that's that one. Suzanne had COVID and stuff, so we've it's been a bit delayed, but we'll get back to it. And the other one is called Infernal Souls and Eternal Arseholes, which is a sort of audio drama, comedy, horror, thriller, noir
Wow.
show.
Well,
There's a fuck ton in it.
Fun.
I can swear in that one. I vigorously swear in that one, inventively. I'm very happy with my cursing in that show. But I play a guy called Charlie the
You need to get it
Bagman
out somewhere.
Baglin.
So yeah.
Oh, fucking what? Twitter. That's why I don't have my family show on Twitter, because I don't want to say words like that
the
there.
bad words.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, the very bad words. But that one, I played Charlie the Bagman Baglin. He's dead. He used to work for the mafia as a driver. He's a bagman. He delivered the goods. He picked up the cash and stuff. But he died in Alcatraz. So the first series was set in Alcatraz, and you delve into his history, but you also get the history of certain people who were in Alcatraz, like Al Capone and the Barker Carpus gang and stuff like that. And then you find out. Then it culminates in his end of the series. Then he gets transferred, because it turns out he has a guardian angel, and he gets transferred to the Winchester house. And I've done a couple of episodes of that one so far, so he's now got to figure
That's
out
cool.
the big bad in Winchester house as well. So,
Oh,
Very cool.
wow.
and he has an inner conscience in that, because it's only him in the show really. So he has an inner conscience, and this is going to be a really bad word. I'm sorry.
That's
but
fine.
he likes
Why
to
are
swear
you
a lot.
apologizing for cuss words?
Yeah, you've heard our
Because
show.
I
the
mean, come
conscious
on.
name is called Jiminy Crickhunt. That's why.
Clever. Clever.
So, but that's the
Yeah, we
3
can
that I
appreciate
do.
that.
Mirths and Monsters is the main one, and I am trying to get back to the other ones as well. But fuck me, it's a lot of work. So,
Well,
For
it is
sure.
a lot of work, especially
Yeah,
if you're
good
doing
for
it all by
you.
yourself, basically.
Suzanne helps me big time with research and stuff, though, because she knows how to research. I don't know how to research. I don't know how to do it.
It's just maybe not your
I think
thing.
everything's important. So I don't just take what's important. I think the whole fucking thing is.
Everything.
So, yeah. So it's awful, which is why I did bullet points for this one. Otherwise, I'd just be reading the script.
We've also
But
seen
yeah,
this movie
that's
how
the
many
3 that I do.
times?
Exactly.
Oh fuck. I think I mentioned to you. I think the only film I think I've seen more is probably Princess Bride and Ghostbusters. I think that's the only
good
2 I've
choices.
seen
For
more.
sure.
Yeah. But I mean, I've
Well-
seen a lot of the ones that you've done already. I would have picked to do, because I am so fucking excited to be on this show. I genuinely am. my hinting has been less than subtle.
Subtle.
Uh,
Yeah.
I've basically
yeah.
been saying,
It's not really
"Can I
hinting
be
at this point.
No.
Yeah.
fucking cool?" Yeah, but a lot of the films that I would have done, you've done,
Mhm.
including Return of the Living Dead, which is a brilliant
Uh-huh.
episode. But also
Thanks.
things like Reanimator, Killer Clowns
Uh-huh.
from Outer Space, which is a fucking classic.
Mhm. That's
That we
CK
hated,
yelling at us.
yes,
Yeah.
uh-huh.
Mhm.
Yeah, that you hated.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, no
Uh-huh.
taste. But stuff like that is.
Not so subtle again, but okay. Uh-huh.
But
Well, it
yeah,
makes sense
so
why
I'm,
you
I'm so
picked this
happy
movie
that
for
this
us to
one.
watch. Yeah. And we're happy to have
I'm
you on the
very
show.
curious.
So,
Absolutely.
Thank you.
do you want to tell everybody what we watched then, since this makes sense for the movies
Yeah.
that we've done that you enjoyed?
So the one that we're going to be discussing today is
Mhm.
a classic
Is.
from
Buckle up.
1981,
Mm-hmm.
and it was the first horror film that I saw. So it has a
Okay.
very strong connection with me, and it is called An American Werewolf in London.
It sure is.
It,
I feel like you're telling us these deep connections so we don't shit all over it.
You know, it's
So,
not-
Oh,
I mean, we're still gonna
shit
shit.
away.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
don't
I
worry,
mean-
we will.
The thing is, I now have a slightly complicated relationship with the film because John Landis is maybe not the nicest person in the world, it turns
Okay.
out. And he directed the film. However,
Okay.
he can fuck off. So we can just talk about the film. But no, it's
Okay.
I'm not going to tell people, unless it's killer clip. This thing's keeps rattling. So I'm going to take it off. It's a gift from my lady. I'll take it off. But yeah, I'm not going to tell people to not be cruel or vindictive or vicious or mean or
Mm.
salacious
I
about
don't
a
think
film
that's
that
what
I
we
happen
are.
to love.
No.
But feel free.
Well, we know you
Go
loved
ahead.
it. I assume Courtney hated it. Just based off watching the movie, I could tell you within the first 5 minutes that Courtney was pissed.
I can tell you, yes,
Mhm.
actually, that's very accurate.
Yeah.
I know that in the 1980s, if it has a 1980s movie
You're gonna hate it.
date,
Yeah.
it's probably accurate. And I've said this in previous episodes
Yeah.
that I do appreciate the fact of 1980 movies existing
Mm.
because that's where we're
Getting
it-
us to where we
it
are.
takes us-
Sure.
right?
Okay.
But it's so hard to like them. I just
The first
Uh,
5 minutes.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
It's when we're walking together, when the two guys
The
are walking
stupid
together.
banter. So here's one thing I
have
did like about the
exclamations.
movie.
I have exclamations.
Oh, my first note is why the fuck is this lengthy intro happening? That's my first note. Okay, like just the credits and everything, too much. But before we get in, the main thing that I liked with this movie is I felt like the special effects, like the makeup of the friend who's like dying,
Jack.
Jack, I thought it was fantastic. Like when he first shows up and he's got like his whole body all shredded up, I was like, that looks awesome.
Yeah.
Like whoever did, I
He
think
was
that's
kind
kind
of like wiggling a little bit on his neck.
when he
Yeah.
was talking, it was
Mhm.
moving.
Yeah.
Like the effects were
Happy.
great. The makeup was awesome. Like that whole aspect of the movie, I was like, well done, 81. Well done.
Yeah, that was Rick Baker who did that, and I believe they created a special effects Oscar because of this.
Yeah,
film.
I have a
I would
couple.
get it.
I think
And
it was like the
sorry,
first.
I realized I might be saying things that are your fun facts for the end, so I'll
You're
try
fine.
and not.
Oh,
do
no,
that.
I do have something about it, my fun facts, but I'm not sure.
Mm.
But we can always revisit it. It's not a big deal. I don't really care.
Okay.
But otherwise, I did think there were parts in the movie that I was like, oh, fucking really.
Yeah, there was a lot. There was a
So
lot.
I
of
think
them.
it'll be fun to talk to you about.
No, right, because maybe you have a different perspective that maybe we're not taking into consideration as first-time viewers of the
Sure,
movie.
sure.
So,
Mhm.
Oh, completely. Yeah,
right.
absolutely. It's no, I completely understand. I really, really do that you're going to break my heart.
Oh
But,
no!
you know,
Oh,
it's,
wow.
you
Oh
know,
no,
a
he's
film that I
crying
saw.
now. Oh no, he's leaving. Come
Hang on.
back.
Yeah, I'm gonna cry. Look, tears,
The
they
tears.
flow like the blood from Jack's neck.
Oh, good. Yeah, that was a lot. That was a lot.
Yeah, wasn't it? Yeah. No, I understand completely. I obviously I do have a more of a connection with this film than yourselves do because I saw it when I think I was like 12 or 13,
Mhm.
and that's not an age you should be watching a film like this.
Sure.
No.
Sure.
Um,
It's obviously had
yeah.
a lasting impact on you.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
Yeah. I still think it's a good film. Maybe not as great as I thought because I watched it again today, but I still think it's a good film. So, but
And
like I said, I'm
Maybe
waiting
this
to
will
hear-
help. of the stupid 80s movies we've watched, it wasn't the one I hated the most. So there we go.
I would agree with that.
I think that's pretty good.
You've watched
Killer
some
Clowns from Outer
less than
Space? Yeah,
great.
we have.
Fuck off. He hinted.
Oh,
A very good, self-aware, clever art horror film. I admit the
yeah.
nose thing is fucking stupid.
Oh, what? Getting shot in the nose and dying? Okay. Yeah.
That was dumb. Yeah.
I'm glad you agree.
Anyway,
All right.
yes.
So should we hop in?
Yes, please.
Do you want to hear the IMDb synopsis for it? Oh, he's seeing it.
Sorry, I talked all over you then. Sorry.
That's okay. No, it was good.
I'll take it.
Okay. I'll do my deep part. Do you want to hear the IMDb synopsis for it?
Yeah, I guess.
2 American college students on a walking tour of Britain are attacked by a werewolf that none of the locals will admit exists.
Right.
Why do you look mad already?
No, he's taking it all in.
I
That's
guess.
The look of
Yeah, I guess. Read the plot of the
'cause
film.
of
That's
course.
enough to piss me off already. Yeah, go ahead. Why the fuck not? Knock yourself the fuck
Oh,
out.
wow. You know what?
Just
He's
by
got
the
his
plot
angry.
of the-
We've got him fired up already.
He's acting like us now.
Uh-huh.
We're rubbing off.
And he's not even drinking.
I'll
I know.
boop all over your asses, I will.
So
But
yeah, that's
yeah.
yeah.
part of it.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
we're off to a good start. So Courtney, why don't you just hop in?
I'll go ahead and hop in. How about that? Is that good?
I'd love it.
Okay, great.
Let's start on a positive.
So we're gonna start.
Well,
with
we're gonna try. That's for sure.
Well, it's my third paragraph that we start going downhill pretty quickly.
Oh,
So
wow.
anyways, yeah.
That's
Oh,
pretty
wow.
far.
Lots
in
of
for you, yeah.
exclamations. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. So we're on this
Yes.
desolate road in the middle of the mountains,
Mhm.
and a truck pulls up to this intersection and lets out 2 American hikers that are in the back of this truck who are bonding with the sheep that he's hauling.
Uh-huh.
And that
There's no way they smell good. There's no way.
they smell like poop.
Yeah.
Straight up poop. So the driver guy tells the guys to stay, on like close to the road,
Mhm.
and basically just good luck.
Yeah, stick to the roads. Best of luck.
I mean, is that?
So far, so good.
I think that's foreshadowing. I think we can go ahead and say that.
Yeah, 100%.
So we meet the 2 hikers now. Their names are Jack and David.
Mhm.
And apparently they're on a 3-month trip hiking their way through northern England, and then they're going to head to Italy. To which I say, do these guys not have jobs?
Valid point.
How do they support themselves?
For 3 months.
That's a long time.
That sounds really nice, though.
Does it?
Yeah.
You're going to get eaten by a werewolf?
Well, I mean, like, I don't want to sit in the back of a truck with sheep, but other than that,
They're students.
I don't know.
They're old
Oh,
looking
they're-
students, I must admit.
they're old.
they're
looking-
Oh, it does say students in the synopsis, but when I saw their
they're-
faces, I was
they're
like,
young
these
enough to
guys
be
are
in-
30. Yeah.
Yeah,
They're
they're young
straight up
enough to
men.
be in Greece. But so I just figured they're students, so they did summer jobs back over there and saved their money, and that's how they did the thing.
And I guess since
Okay.
they're hiking, they're not spending a whole lot of money, and they're
Filling in the gaps for us already. I like
appreciate
it.
that.
There you go.
Absolutely.
Hope you don't mind.
Hop in with anything, honestly. Just hop in. over
No,
us,
you
too,
can
because
blurt. We're okay with
We
blurting.
will ramble then.
So as these 2 are like walking, shooting the shit together, Jack asks if David thinks that Debbie Klein will actually meet them in Rome, because Debbie and Jack are a thing, I guess, kind of.
I guess.
I don't know. It sounds like it's kind of ish. But David goes on to say that she is just a mediocre person with a good body, to which I say, David?
How dare you, David?
And then David says that he has to make love with her, and it's simple. She really has no choice. To which I say,
David?
Jack?
Oh, Jack.
I
So,
can't.
One of the things of rewatching this in a couple of moments was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Ooh,
That's
yeah.
not
Well,
cool.
that
That's
doesn't
not
date
good.
Well, ooh.
She does have a choice.
Yeah, 100%.
So,
Mhm.
Uh-huh. You may not have a choice, but she does.
because you're a dick. He's straight up dick. Okay.
He
They
does.
continue their stupid conversation and we move on. So it's starting to get dark and they arrive at this small little town.
Mm-hmm.
It has the Slaughtered Lamb pub.
Uh-huh.
Slaughtered
Very
Lamb.
welcoming.
It's,
Uh-huh.
I don't know if I'd want to go in there. But it seems that all the townsfolk are in there. if I'm not
Like
mistaken.
everybody who lives in that town is in that pub.
Yeah.
There's like 12 people there. Like
So-
that's it.
Yeah, they walk into this pub. Everybody immediately goes quiet because, well, we have 2 strangers in here.
Uh-huh.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So, in Scotland, this is not a question for you.
No,
by
I'm
the way.
sitting back.
Okay,
I'm
thank you.
ready. I'm waiting for CK to hop in. Yeah.
So when now I know you don't drink, but in the pubs in the town that you live in, it obviously is probably not called the Slaughtered Lamb.
Is it?
Or is it?
There are pubs called the Slaughtered Lamb, but this was post this film, I believe.
That would make sense.
Okay. Well, they probably wanted to play off.
Yeah,
Okay,
that makes
whatever.
Yeah.
So when do these people, because I feel like in this movie that they are in this pub, these people are in this pub all day.
24/7. Yeah.
Is it like that there?
In the smaller places, it might not be an all day thing because it's a farming kind of place, this place that they're in.
Mhm.
There's a load of sheep, obviously,
Sure
because
are.
they
They
get
have the sheep,
chauffeured
yeah.
around by people that we've seen already.
Mhm.
So they'll start very, very early in the morning, and they'll finish earlier than maybe your general 9 to 5 kind of thing. And then you want
Sure.
to go unwind, so you go to the pub and drink
Okay.
your life away.
It's just like a neutral hangout spot.
But they have no food, which really bothers me because I love food.
They said they
Yeah.
had. No
It
food.
should have
I
snacks.
think you'd want a snack or something.
Not like
They'll
a
have
random
snacks.
peanut bowl sitting on the counter, but
No,
you know.
I don't want that.
Covered in pee.
That's right, because they all are.
Now,
Blech.
this is nothing to do with the film, but it's to do
Okay.
with the fact about the you get a shitload of different kinds of urine on peanuts and bar snacks and stuff. I didn't realize it was because people weren't washing their hands and then
Yeah.
eating peanuts.
Yeah,
I
they go
thought,
to the
how
bathroom and they come
lovely.
back and put their hand in the
Yeah,
bowl.
I thought it
You
was.
thought they were peeing
how
in the bowl of
rough
nuts?
is a yeah, I thought it was a rough place where folk were going. I can't be fucked going to the loo. I'm just
They're
gonna
like,
walk
these
out and-
peanuts are wet. I guess I'll have some. Like, what?
Yeah.
It's not like cereal.
As you
drink
keep
your own
saying, if you have a dick, the whole world is your toilet, which you
No,
have
don't
Don't
mentioned
I
in more
know
than one
it?
episode.
God. I don't want to
Why
talk about
not?
the world being our urinal. Ugh.
Complimentary snacks.
Blech.
It's so gross.
Blech.
Anyways,
Compliment you on your urine. Yeah, sorry. But yeah, it's at a very small place. The pub is a hub,
Okay.
basically.
okay.
So, and I also think it's because they're gathered together because they know of what the bad.
That's
Sure,
true.
sure.
And that's
Strength in
why-
numbers.
Strength in numbers. Yeah.
Sure,
Well,
they're
I was
hiding,
just wondering
yeah.
because I've never been over to Europe or Scotland or London or anything like that, so I don't know.
Genuine curiosity.
Yeah, because
Okay.
our bars are
imagine
not.
you get them
necessarily
in American small towns as well. It's just like wee places that have got like one
Like hole in the
doesn't
wall
have to s-
bars and
have
stuff
to
like
be a
that.
the same.
pub
Oh, like the Nest down the
particularly,
street
just
from me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like a hub place. Yeah.
A pub.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So they walk into the pub. Everybody goes quiet, as we said before, or
Yeah.
as I said before. Not we, I.
No.
They ask if it's okay to be there, and the bartender slightly nods yes. She looks a little like, okay, you don't really belong
Not
here.
very
but
welcoming
okay.
of them, but fine.
So then she comes over. She's pretty cold to them, and the rest of the pub patrons are like eyeing these 2 guys the entire time. Like
Mhm.
they're like, why are they here? Who are they? How long are they staying?
Uh-huh.
There's lots of questions.
Yes.
So the guys notice that there is a pentangle. Is that what they called it?
Isn't it a pentagram?
Mhm.
Isn't that
They
what-
said a pentangle.
They call it a pentangle. Yeah.
Is that what you got? A
well, they were
star?
Americans, so
Like
don't
a
ask
star,
me what they
yeah.
say.
And then he said a 5-pointed star, which is there a star that doesn't have 5 points? No? I mean, you draw a star.
That's a great point.
I mean,
That's
I
true.
don't know why.
Yeah.
We're already finding some holes in this movie.
I don't know why we need to call that out, but okay, we did. And then it's drawn on the wall.
We.
So there's 2 candles that are lit on either side of this pentangle.
There's wax
Star.
everywhere. It's real messy.
It's real messy.
Yeah.
Jack tells David to ask, what the candles are for. And Jack goes on to explain that a 5-point star is used in witchcraft and the mark of the wolf man.
Yeah.
Mm.
And the burning candles can ward monsters away, I guess.
Sure.
Okay. And then, one of the patrons at the bar gets upset and starts talking to them.
It's a long story.
Here's the thing. I have in my notes, I don't know what the fuck this guy is talking about. I understood half of what he said. And I was trying real hard, and I read my subtitles, and I was like, I know we're speaking the same language, but are we? And I struggled a bit.
The Yorkshire accent is very strong.
It was
Especially
heavy.
so that guy. There's a couple of folk I want to mention who are in this scene.
Mhm.
The guy who told the joke, "This one's for the Alamo."
Yeah.
That guy's a guy called Brian Glover, who was a well-loved British actor, and he was also a wrestler before
Oh.
he was doing acting and stuff on Saturday afternoon on British telly, and I used to watch him.
Oh,
And there's
that's a
another
fun
guy in
fact.
there. There's another guy in there who you'll know, I would imagine. Have you seen Drop Dead Fred?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
No, Rik Mayall, who plays Fred.
Yeah.
He's one
I
of the
didn't even
guys at the table in the bar.
I didn't even realize that.
No, he looks completely different. It was his first role, I believe, and he's just sitting at the
And I'm
table like
still trying
that.
to figure out which one he is.
Oh, is he the one that was playing chess?
Very
Did
short
you say-
hair. No,
Was he-
he's got. Oh yeah, he was opposite the guy. He was opposite Brian Glover. So he
He's
was
a
the one
young guy.
playing chess. Yeah, so that was Rik
He had
Mayall.
his hand
the
up.
Drop Dead Fred.
He looked really
Also a
nervous.
very, very, very loved British actor who was in
Yeah,
Scotland
okay.
and Young Ones and New Statesman, and sadly died younger than he should have done because he had a bad accident, and then eventually it kind of it got to him. So
Oh.
yeah, once a year. I can't remember what month it is, but it's a wear your pants on your head day to commemorate Rik
Oh.
Mayall, and he was
That's
in
so
that scene.
cute.
That's
Mm.
sweet.
I love that.
He didn't have any lines in this movie, right? He didn't say
I
anything.
don't think so.
He only said, "Hey, remember the Alamo." It
Oh,
was
yeah.
the only bit he said. Yeah, but I just wanted to point that out because they're kind of British icons, and a lot of people love Drop Dead Fred as well. And that was him.
Sure.
Yeah,
It's one of my husband's favorites.
Is
Drop
it?
Dead Fred. I love
Mhm.
it.
He's such an odd
I watched it
bird.
when he died.
Mhm.
Oh. So, as one of the patrons is who is entertaining everybody at the bar with this very long story, everybody's laughing, talking and everything again. Then Jack decides to interrupt everybody and asks what the star on the wall is for.
He basically shouts at everybody.
He really does. He's like, excuse me.
Notice me over here.
Excuse me.
I have an important question.
They don't really like it. They don't like it. Then they realize that their time is up. Jack and David do.
Uh-huh.
Realize that they're not really welcome there.
No.
So they begin to leave. Then the bartender says that, do they call it bartender? Is it barmaid? What do you guys call it?
Barmaid. Yeah.
Barmaid.
She was. I think she ran the place, so she would have been the landlady, but the barmaid. Yeah,
What if it was a guy?
barman,
Oh.
Really?
pub landlord,
We're
pub
learning so much
landlady,
tonight.
I know. All the
barmaid,
lingo.
barman. Yeah.
Barman, barmaid. Okay.
Okay, so it's barmaid.
Doesn't roll off the tongue.
No.
Okay. So okay, so she says that, they to everybody else in the room, they're like, you cannot let them go. And
Mhm.
she looks really, really nervous.
Mhm.
Like something is off.
Sure.
So a few people pipe up and say that, they can go. They can leave. It's fine. But to stay on the roads and beware the moon.
Yeah.
Foreshadowing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they head out searching for a place for the night because, well, they can't stay there. Back in the bar, the bartender says that, it's murder to let these two go out there.
Mm-hmm.
And then a patron of the bar says that they can't let the world know their business.
Mhm.
And now it's in God's hands.
Yeah. Then murder it is. He said. Okay.
Murder it
Okay.
is.
Okay. Cool.
That's some cold shit right there. So
And that man was very upset because they made him miss the dartboard.
Oh, he sure did.
What? He was really.
You made me miss.
I
Yeah.
have
I
a
know.
question that it's like jumping forward a bit, but I just thought of it. Later on in the movie, when he's watching TV and you're seeing like them playing darts on TV, is it the same guy? It is, right? The guy from the bar, or no?
What, doing the darts?
Yeah, because it looked like him.
They were
It was a
they
different
were
guy?
genuine darts players. Yeah.
Oh, it just looked like
They
him.
were
I
actual-
thought
he
like
was
maybe
watching
he was
actual
pissed because
telly.
he was like, I don't know. Okay, it doesn't matter.
Do you
No,
think that
no,
all
it
Scottish
just,
men look the same?
I don't. That's not what I meant.
Okay, he's not Scottish. So that's a good start.
Oh yeah, they're in English.
Can I just ask a
Sorry.
quick format question? Sorry, Dustin.
Yeah.
Do you want me to just chip in and stuff, or do you saying things
Yeah.
and I'm saying stuff at the end, or am I just jumping
No,
in?
hop in
just
like
whenever?
as we go.
No,
Absolutely.
Conversational.
Yeah.
Okay, can I go back to the start?
Sure.
Yeah.
It's the opening scene.
Okay.
The reason I'm mentioning it is that I was looking for the quote, and it took me a while to find the quote, but I found the quote. Okay, so the main characters, Jack and David, arrive amongst sheep who are going to be taken to get killed. they're
Okay,
in
well, I didn't
amongst
think about
this
that.
thing.
Thank you for that.
So
Bringing
that's
the room
that.
down.
And then
Yeah.
they're going to the
Yeah.
slaughtered lamb. These two are gonna die. That's
Uh-huh.
the opening scene of the film. They're dead.
Sure.
They're not
Heavy
going to see through
foreshadowing.
this film. So I found this thing, and it's a quote that I've used before, but I couldn't remember who did it. So I found the interview. So it was an interview with John Landis, and he's married to oh dang it, I've forgotten her name. I didn't take it down, but she's like a costume designer who worked on his films and stuff, including
Okay.
Werewolf. He says, even though I'd written American Werewolf years before, when I finally got the money, she said, okay, she's going to sign it. She reads it. She said to me, I'll never forget. She goes, quote, John, okay, these boys show up in a truckload of sheep. They're going to the slaughtered lamb. They're dead from the first frame, end quote. I said, I know. And she said, you put the B in subtle. Was her quote about it.
That's
Because
good.
Cute.
it's not
Mhm.
subtle whatsoever. So
Mhm.
like they show up, they're dead. So don't
Uh-huh.
get too attached to them.
They didn't stand
They're-
a chance. Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Mhm.
not what none so ever.
Mhm.
But yeah, I wasn't sure if you wanted me to wait before I chatted or what
No,
have you.
hop in anytime
No,
you
yeah.
have something to say or something sparks or say something, just hop in.
Okay, I'm caught up
Because
now.
inevitably you may forget, and we don't want you to forget anything that's
Right.
going to be positive for this podcast.
Mhm.
You know,
It's fine.
It's a good film.
is it? Okay, moving on.
Oh
Okay.
I can't.
He's like,
I
you,
can't.
oh my
See,
god.
someone else I do. See,
Got fighting words now.
I don't do impressions, right? But
Us,
when
you
I've
do.
been, I talk along with you doing your thing with IMDb and stuff like that, and Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, Internet, YouTube, yay, and stuff like that. But trying to say seltzer the way you say seltzer.
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 Yeah, there's an actor called Harvey Firestein who you'll probably know because he's got the most wonderful voice. Have you seen Mrs. Doubtfire?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
He plays Robin Williams' brother. Talks
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
That
yeah.
guy.
Uh-huh.
So when I say seltzer, I turn into that dude because I can't
Say it. Do it.
seltzer.
You sound like you've been smoking for 50 years.
That's what the dude sounds like. Though. I should call my mother. That guy.
So good.
I say
That's so
seltzer.
good.
I've been out walking Finn in the public, in the outside, and I don't think there's anybody going about. But I'm listening to you on my headphones, and it's like seltzer.
So you start talking to yourself in some kind of weird accent. That's fantastic.
Yes.
Some kind of weird accent. I say seltzer.
Okay, not like that.
That's true.
No, you say
Seltzer.
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 I can't.
Trying to get that American accent going on.
I can't.
Okay. So as the guys are walking down the road, it begins to rain. Then they leave their path, the road.
Sure. Yeah, they're in the grass now.
They're
No longer
Mhm.
following one of the two rules I had.
Wait a minute, in the moor.
In the,
We had to Google the word today.
we're
This
so
morning.
American. We had
We're
to Google
so
it.
American.
Yeah.
Google
We
the
did not
word
know what a
moor.
moor was.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you
Yeah.
call moors? What's the equivalent?
Like a
Word
field.
for-
A swamp.
Swamp.
Land.
Vacant land.
Moors. Oh, fair enough then. Yeah.
But a moor.
If you don't know,
sounds
you
so
don't.
much
If you
better.
don't have it, you don't have it. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
I
on the
mean-
moors.
I assume when I was
Stand it
watching it,
all.
I like put it
Stand
together.
it
I'm like,
all.
okay, it makes sense. So they're on the moor. Okay, I get it.
They're in the.
But we like Googled it to get like the actual
yeah, it's
definition of it.
basically vacant land.
like for hunting. It doesn't
For
matter.
hunting, it could be for hunting. Okay, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
I don't know. So these guys have been told twice now to stay on the roads.
Yeah. What are they doing? Not on the road.
Not on the roads.
Yeah.
No. And they're just singing. I don't know what they're doing. They're just like frolicking in this
Yeah.
pasture.
Trying to keep their spirits up by thinking about Rome. So they
Yeah,
start
because it's
singing,
raining and it's
"Santa
miserable
Lucia."
there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh no, we need
that
more.
was fun.
No, I'm done.
Okay. Little teaser.
It does his little Super Mario voice at the end. It's like Santa Lucia, it's a cold and I get out of here. It's the bit I remember.
I do like
So
the
they're trying
fact
to
that you
keep
are
up
doing
beat.
that.
Uh-huh.
Sorry?
I said I like the fact that you're singing songs.
We're not going to need sound effects in this episode if he just keeps singing. It's going to be great.
But I mean, we do that too a lot. So
Yeah.
now he's
I wouldn't
he's
call
doing
it
too.
singing.
I would.
I call that singing.
I definitely
it's
would.
I'd
beautiful
call it
singing, by the
talking
way.
in June.
So
But yeah,
now
so they're
we're
trying to
back-
keep their spirits up because they realize they have fucked up.
Yeah.
They're
Because they're not following
off
them.
their
They're not
own.
keeping an eye on the moon.
They're on
And
the
they're not staying
moors.
on the road.
Right.
Yeah.
And Moa. So back in
Moas.
the bar,
Yeah.
they start hearing a werewolf howl in the distance.
Oh, yeah.
And the bartender says that they must go get help for them because these guys are probably going to die.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody moves,
They all said that they didn't hear anything.
which they
Yeah.
did.
Okay.
They did. So the guys, Jack and David, they hear the howl out in the moor. And then they try to figure out what animal it could be howling. Jack realizes that it's a full moon and they have left the path that they were told to stay on. And David's like, oops.
It took them way too long to realize they were not on the road
Are
anymore.
they oblivious to their surroundings? Because
mean-
I
Where
know
are
I
they now?
am.
Where are they now? Where did they go from the road? Where
They're-
did they go?
They're in the moor.
They're in the moor.
Yeah. Moas. You said
The
Moa
moors.
earlier on. Moa.
Moor? Did I?
That's your southern accent.
Yeah, well,
Yorkshire Moa.
it just happens. I got the southern accent.
Oh no, we're off the road now. We're on the moor.
Good southern accent.
I learned
like it.
I tried to learn an Arkansas one when I did the Boggy Creek Monster, the Fowkes
Mhm.
Monster. So I tried
And
to
you
learn
practiced.
it properly. A little
Good
bit,
for
yeah.
you.
Yeah.
That's
So
some commitment.
You could really blend in South Florida or Central Florida.
No, because I'll never be there.
Wow. Why?
No, I'll melt. I'll die. I've
Oh.
spoken about the heat before.
gotta
I've
come
not
in,
been
like,
able to record in
January.
my booth. Yeah, 'cause
January's good.
Nah, no, I'm busy. I'm washing.
I'm
dishes.
busy.
Every January, just busy.
Can't do it.
Just packed schedule.
Okay, so the guys
sorry.
freaked out now. They decide to go back to the slaughtered lamb.
Mm-hmm.
They are trying to find their way back to the road now, but realize that now they're lost because, well, they've been walking for the last like 20 minutes,
Mhm.
not on the road.
And then one of them's like, "Ah, fuck." And you know I wrote that down.
Of course you did. So they can hear this werewolf growling and circling them. It's pretty damn close to them at
Yeah.
this point. So they end up getting attacked by a werewolf who makes a bloody mess of Jack.
I said they get attacked by what looks like a bear to me.
Well, it's okay.
It looked like a bear.
There's a lot of different versions
Big
of this
shouldered
werewolf.
beast. Yeah.
Yeah.
A what?
A
You know what it is, though?
big-shouldered
You know what it
beast.
is? You know what it is?
What?
It's a bitey bitch.
It's a real bitey bitch, 100%.
I can go now. Bye, folks.
You're like, mic
He's
drop.
like, bye.
Yeah, I said it. You said the thing, Bart. You said the thing.
And he beat us to it.
He really did.
Well
You
played.
really
Well
know.
done.
You
Written
know
down
that's
in
coming.
capital letters and everything. Chronologically. Bitey
Chronologically.
bitch.
Mighty
He
bitch.
is a bitey bitch.
Yeah.
But the problem with this whole scene that I have is that
Mm.
Jack is getting attacked by what looks like a bear, by this real bitey bitch. And then David's reaction is like, ah, and he just runs away.
He
He
like
takes
straight up
off.
leaves.
And
Yes.
I'm not
He
saying
legs
he
it.
stands a chance to wrestling a bear, but he didn't even try at first. He starts running and he's
No.
like, oh shit, Jack. And then he has to like turn
Mm.
around. And I'm like, your first reaction wasn't to be like, oh shit, Jack.
Well, maybe he started running thinking Jack was behind him. Well, I mean, he saw him get attacked,
Well-
but he didn't. But
well.
I'm just saying, maybe he.
Yeah.
I
don't
hate to
know.
say it, I'm not sure I wouldn't have done the same thing.
Yeah.
If you're very close and dear friend, all of a sudden who isn't, being attacked by a thing that you've never seen before, which
Yeah.
is preceded by that fucking howl, which
Sure.
still makes my stomach go blah 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 blah.
Oh.
Your first instinct is possibly to flee. Your
Yeah.
Just a
or whichever
natural
part of the brain
Well,
is
reaction.
like,
I know
"Fuck
Courtney
this,
would do that
done."
if I was being attacked by a zombie. She would definitely take off.
I use her as bait. Yes.
100%. So I know that is true. I like to think that I would try to help my friend. Would I?
You
I don't
would.
know. But I'd like to
You
think
would.
I would.
That's nice. Thank you.
Kick it or something. I don't
Kick
know.
it. Well, if it's got like big growly teeth, I don't know.
Then I would feel like I tried at least.
Then you would. Okay. It
Like,
doesn't
listen,
matter.
sorry you died, but I kicked it. I did. I made an effort.
I did what I could do.
Yeah.
It is a terrifying looking bloody thing, though.
It's big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a big hairy
Don't
bitch,
give
too.
me that face. It's a terrifying looking beast. Don't you dare. I was 12.
It could be.
I still see it as a
I was
12-year-old.
But okay,
Look
but
at
you're
this
not
beard.
12 now.
This beard of a
Look at his
12-year-old.
beard.
I can't.
It's
Okay.
still, that's the thing though, is like the noise of that werewolf still freaks me out. Genuinely, it
Okay.
still freaks me out. And there's a little
pretty
scene later
good.
on that I'll mention, which it'll sound very insignificant, but it's one that still, I occasionally still have nightmares about it. But I don't think I would run, to be fair. But I can understand why the fuck this, I'm
Why
off
he bolted.
Sure.
instinct kicking. Yeah.
Fight or flight kind of reaction.
Right.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well,
Flight,
okay.
clearly. Okay.
Flight. He does get a conscience. He turns around to go to try to help Jack. The werewolf starts to attack David now.
Sure.
But is saved by the bar patrons that come out and shoot this werewolf with their guns. And now we see a werewolf naked man that's dead, laying on the ground.
A dead naked man, yeah. Who's got like his
Mhm.
organs sticking out a little bit.
Okay.
And
So,
he's breathing too.
Sure was.
Yeah.
so now we're in the hospital the next day. David is still out, he's still out of it when the nurses and doctor come in to check on him. And the nurses scatter when the doctor tells them to go about their duties.
He was a dick.
He was a complete up asshole.
Yeah. And like he ends up being okay, but like right now I was like, this guy's a dickhead. Like he was not very pleasant and he was very rude to the nurses.
He had an authoritative ego.
In his
Yeah.
slight defense,
Okay.
this is my next note. Pervy nurse.
Oh, who
She
was
just
talking at his
checked out-
dick.
Oh.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
unconscious patient. She had a look at his wang.
Yeah,
And the doctor
100%.
heard that. So I think he was being stern in a sort of
Yeah.
kind of way. He did have a bit of an ego. It's a surgeon thing,
And
I think.
I
but
could see
yeah, he
him
did have
being
he
a
was
dick
bit of
to
a queen.
that nurse, but Nurse Price or whoever she was.
Alex Price, whatever.
Yeah. I was like,
Jenny
all right,
Agar.
well now we're just being mean to everybody, but
Oh.
okay.
Okay.
Oh, we're getting
I'm
started
gonna
already.
need you to calm
yeah.
down.
Yeah,
Hey,
too late.
Did the nurse's outfit add to that for you too?
I'm sure did.
It had to have, right?
Yes, 100%.
It was everything.
It was
Jenny
the
Agar
boobs.
was one
It
of the
was
first naked women I ever saw.
This was a
So,
movie at first for you, wasn't it?
Aw.
It really was.
Little 12-year-old
first
CK,
werewolf.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, memories. Memory lane.
But yeah, no, he did have a bit of an attitude to
Mhm.
him.
He did.
He does sort of,
He gets better.
yeah, he gets better. Yeah.
So before Nurse Alex leaves, or Nurse Price, I don't know. Her name is Alex Price.
Yeah.
She asked what happened to them, to these two guys, and the doctor said that per the police report, that they were attacked by an escaped lunatic. Okay. But I mean, kinda. But
Yeah.
kinda.
But
Not okay.
Not even
Okay.
a little bit.
Not
like,
I tried.
no.
Yeah.
But I would have a really hard time figuring in this like small town that's like, how often do you have escaped lunatics that are just like, oh, they escaped and they came to the slaughtered
no.
lamb.
Right.
So,
Oh, jeez.
okay.
I'm ready.
It has happened in the past. There is
Okay.
a hospital. It doesn't specify where the slaughtered lamb in that area is, but there is a hospital called Broadmoor Hospital, which is for people
Lunatics?
who are yeah. Is that a word?
Mentally ill?
They're fucking mental.
Mentally ill,
is what they
maybe?
are.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's places like where Peter Sutcliffe, the Yorkshire Ripper, and just loony bastards are put there. So it's
Okay.
it's it was bullshit report. Maybe it's a bit true. Something. Yeah.
His voice gets real high.
Because
Real
he's
high.
not believing it either.
I'm-
you
I'm
know?
Nah, it's bollocks.
He's trying.
I'm defending of the stuff.
All right. So now David eventually wakes up and asks where he is because now
Mhm.
he's confused.
Sure.
And then the doctor introduces himself along with Mr. Collins, who's from the American Embassy.
Yeah.
AKA Miss
Okay.
Piggy.
Really?
Yeah,
I-
that's Miss Piggy and Yoda.
Really?
Yeah, and Fuzzy
Oh.
Bear.
So many fun facts.
Oh, so many fun facts.
These ones are fun.
Yeah, I like them. I like how we're like sporadically putting them, sprinkling.
Sprinkle them in there a little bit.
Yeah, Miss Piggy enters the movie, calls him dumbass pig.
Miss Piggy was a bit of a dick in this part too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And is that a thing that he can just like make decisions for him?
Okay.
Because he was like, "Oh, this is what we're doing," and I'm like, "You're the American Embassy. Like, you can't make medical calls for this man. Like, that doesn't make any
Yeah.
sense.
And
That was
also, he's
weird.
telling him, like,
Right?
he's like, why are you so hysterical? And I'm
Like,
like,
you need to try
he
to
doesn't know
relax.
where he's at.
Right. And then in all these movies that drive me fucking nuts, I'm going to get upset about this. Everybody's reaction in all these movies when someone's hysterical is to just inject them with something.
Yeah.
Every
Take a
time.
pill,
I'm
lie
like,
down.
kid,
Yeah.
Take a pill.
take a pill and lie down. You're hysterical.
God, he has all of our quotes that we say.
Thing is, Frank Oz is really good at playing twat characters.
Yeah.
I think there's a bit of a this film in general is a sort of a wee bit of an homage to the classic movies where you get that stereotypy kind of people.
Sure.
And so I think it's done with a little bit of a kind of thing. But
Yeah.
Gotcha.
still annoying if you're not familiar with that kind of stuff, obviously. So
Sure.
yeah.
I just assumed it was because it was the 80s, but whatever.
Okay, so apparently we find out that David has been in the hospital unconscious for about 3 weeks.
Yeah.
The doctor tells him that he lost a little blood, has some scars and bruises, but the lunatic didn't hurt him that bad. Like it was more like superficial stuff.
Sure.
So David is confused because it wasn't a lunatic that attacked him. It was an animal of some sort. He doesn't know what kind it was. Maybe a wolf. He doesn't know. And then now we're back in the doctor's office. He is visited by 2 detectives from Scotland Yard.
Office was very cluttered.
It was a lot.
Very formal.
Which was weird because I felt like he was more of like a polished like doctor.
I have one thing to say about this movie.
Okay.
When I'm watching this movie, I felt like they put in every cliche British thing they could into it. And with knowing nothing about this movie, I was like, this was written by an American. 100% written by an American. And it was, but I was like, every bit of, and like even the way Alex Price talks in points drives me fucking nuts. I mean, no one talks that way. That's not how people talk.
That's one of the things I thought you were going to mention.
100%. You know it gets me all worked up.
Even I noticed it even more this time round.
It was so cliche.
Like,
I mean, the
okay,
teacups
so we
and
need some
everything. It was like formal teacups.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, we get it. They drink tea. Cool. We really laying into it this heavy?
Yeah,
Like, my gosh, it was a lot. And his office was messy.
That kind of thing.
Uh-huh.
I put down comedy cop. Was it like the kidney?
The dishes.
I love that guy. He's so funny to me.
He was a doofus.
Exactly. Yeah, he was great.
He really leaned into that role.
The other policeman. But that study, for the level of surgeon that he was, that seemed actually pretty accurate. That kind of thing. It looks more like a home study than a doctor's office.
Yeah.
I agree.
To that level, it was messy, but hey, he's a busy dude.
He's a
it
busy.
Seems like
he
needs to get some help.
Okay, so these 2 detectives from Scotland Yard, they heard that David has regained consciousness, and they want to know about the attack. They want to know what happened. So when they go to talk to David, they start questioning the validity of him stating that it was an animal that attacked him and not a lunatic. They don't believe him, and they end up leaving. So I'm like, why are you there if you think that he's...
Right. Well, in their police report, too, it says that there were witnesses, and that's why they're laying heavy on this whole, like, lunatic attacking him, not an animal.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
it's just kind of this is what happened.
Sure.
Yeah.
We're telling you what happened to you kind of thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, we just want to close this case. Thank you. Thank you very much. So in what seems to be a daydream sequence, we see naked David frolicking through the woods. He gets and starts attacking and eating this deer. Like, okay. He's a quick dude.
Yeah.
My note for that was Bambi bites at dream. Because he got stuck into that fucking thing.
Yeah. So now we're back in the hospital with Nurse Alex. Calm down. And she is tending to the patients. She goes in to check on David and sees that he hasn't eaten his lunch. So she says that he needs to eat something. Sorry.
Because he has to take pills.
Oh, yeah. She tells him that he needs to eat something because he has to take the medication that she's bringing to him right now. And then there's a little flirting that's going on and says that...
I called it gross banter.
It was kind of gross. She kind of sits down. She starts like feeding him because he won't eat himself.
And she's cutting it into like the tiniest little bits of like bite size. Ugh, it was too much.
It was awkward.
It was awkward.
Yeah.
But then I said, love interest.
Oh, God. The train enters the tunnel. which was foreshadowing for what they do later as well.
Sure was.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was okay. So now we're back in the dream sequence, and we have clothed David.
I feel like we're writing the same notes.
Oh, you
I'm
go-
like, David is clothed this time.
He's running through the woods now again and sees himself laying on a hospital bed in the middle of the woods.
Mhm.
And then the hospital bed David wakes up, and he has like these demon looking eyes
Mhm.
and fangs.
Yeah. Skin's kind of gray. Don't look good.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So back
was-
in the
It
hospital.
was a little bit scary.
No, this is not scary.
It was weird looking.
Did you hear my dramatic pause? Because that was intentional. I just want to put that out there.
Okay. I will tell you, in your defense.
Jaded. So
In
jaded.
his defense, I don't think is he trying?
I
defend
feel
himself?
like if this was one of the first scary movies I ever watched, consider we've
Yeah.
watched 90 something now. I hate to admit I'm becoming a little desensitized. Some like pop out scare
That's
bullshit.
understandable.
So I feel like if this was the first one we watched, that probably would have made me jump because I am like a giant wuss anyway. But no, it didn't get me. I just was like,
That's fine. The thing is, there's not a huge amount of scares in this film,
sure.
particularly. Yeah,
No.
but
Definitely just weird
it
on
was-
many
It's
levels.
about the life of a werewolf, basically.
the day in the life.
The day in the life.
Well, his life is a couple of days as a werewolf.
Right.
We'll get there.
Well,
Okay.
because we got to wait to the moon. Okay. Anyways,
Okay.
so back in the hospital, the doctor comes to check on David. He explains that he's been having these nightmares, and then the doctor asks if he can get okay. The doctor asks if he got a good look at the man that attacked him in the woods.
Mm-hmm.
David defends what he has been saying the entire time and tells him that it was a freaking animal.
Yeah.
Like, you got to listen to me. It's an animal. It wasn't a lunatic.
But the doctor's reaction is pretty funny because he's like, listen, you got to stay sane for a couple days.
Right.
Like, you're getting out of here in 3 to 4 days. Like, I just keep it cool, like
Right.
lay low, stop with this whole animal talking thing because you got to get out of here because you're not my problem once you're gone. So just lay low.
Yeah.
Okay.
or at least until
I
you're
get
not
it.
under our.
I know.
100%.
It's just like we're
Yeah.
going to let a
Once
crazy
you
man
leave
out.
this hospital, go on all you want being attacked by a werewolf. But until then, it was a lunatic, remember?
It was a there moment, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So he tells the doctor before he leaves that, he would prefer not to be by himself. And
You
I
know
was
this
like,
made me mad.
okay. So the doctor said that he'll send somebody in.
I can't. I have my notes. Oh, great. This woman whose job it is to be an actual nurse is now a fucking babysitter. I can't.
Well, it's because she's a woman.
So my
and
note
that's what
for
women
this
do.
bit was NHS baby, National Health Service. It's all free. You have to
Oh,
pay
God.
for your nurses to come and sit and read a book at you.
I don't think that's the way it works.
Well, he
No,
was
it
like
isn't at all.
sleeping and she's just sitting there in a chair reading. And I'm like, girl, I can't. This whole thing made me so irritated.
Yeah.
Like, she's got plenty of other shit she could be doing. Actually being a nurse, then okay, it doesn't matter. This poor woman. Continue.
But that's a man's job.
100%.
So women are just there to
Just babysit.
Okay, great. So David tells her that, she's a beautiful girl because he like wakes up and
Yeah.
she's like reading this book and not really paying attention to him. But she smiles and asks, if she wants to read to him.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, and so, of course, he says yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Great.
I
Cool.
don't have anything to say about that. I'm going to leave
Well,
that
you're
one
not
alone.
going to say no.
Well, you wouldn't, that's for sure.
No. Yes, I know. In the real world, this is ridiculous and silly
Yes.
and slightly degrading.
Yeah, it is.
Mhm,
But
mhm,
1980s, it was okay. So
mhm.
moving on.
Yeah.
So now,
Again, not the worst we've seen in these 80s
no,
movies.
we've
Not
seen
the
worse.
worst.
Yeah. So now
Not
we are in
Reanimator.
David's house.
Uh-huh.
Da-
Mhm.
We're in David's house, question mark, because I didn't know at this very second when I was typing this.
Oh, when
We
he was
are.
just like abruptly woken up?
Yeah,
That
yeah,
part?
yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
So his mother's doing
Family home,
dishes. His
Oh, yeah. Mhm.
His mother is doing dishes. His dad's reading the paper on the couch. His brother and sister are watching TV, and David's like sitting at the dining room table doing homework or
Or
writing
knows what.
something. I don't know. They get a knock at the door. His dad gets up to go answer it. When he does, we see these alien-looking men things
Mhm.
in military suits holding machine guns.
Alien, look at it's werewolf Nazis.
They're werewolf Nazis.
It looks like a freaking alien.
I mean,
It's a werewolf. What aliens have you been watching?
What werewolves have you been watching?
These ones.
Yeah, they were definitely werewolves. It took me a while until like the fun fact for some reason to realize they were Nazis, but I just didn't give a shit at this point. But yeah, it was definitely a weird group of werewolves.
Best scene in the whole film.
Because they all had like assault rifles and they like barge into their house and they just start massacring the entire family. It's just angry Nazi werewolves, basically.
They do.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you would be, wouldn't you? Your ideologies are awful, and you're a werewolf.
You kind of don't stand a chance if you're a Nazi werewolf, I guess. You're going to be angry.
Yeah.
You're miffed, at least.
Miffed. Okay.
And then, get to the good bit.
What's the good bit? What's the good bit?
Nightmare within a nightmare.
Okay.
100%. That's what I have, too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So he wakes up. He's in a nightmare. Nurse Alex, she goes over. She's like, don't worry. I'll go open the curtains. She didn't say that, but she does it. And then when she does, she gets attacked by these military alien guys. Sorry, not a werewolf.
Stabby bitches. Yeah.
Very stabby.
Yeah.
Stabby werewolf Nazi bitches. Yeah.
Okay.
Stabby werewolf Nazi bitches.
You didn't add alien in there.
Oh, it's just one guy behind the curtain. That's right.
You need an alien. But okay. This like turned into a whole different movie for me.
Talking about these aliens all so much. Someone needs an alien.
It's possible. I might be a gremlin. We'll never know. Okay. Anyway, he wakes up again from this nightmare. And we are at the next morning. So he is woken up by the food guy delivering
the orderly, who is very disruptive. Like, who barged into somebody's house room?
Good morning.
Wake up, bitch! Curtains open, rolling the cart over him, like throwing the food on it. And I was like, hold up, dude. Like, we're in a hospital. Like, chill out a minute.
Well,
like, okay.
Maybe he was asked by the doctor to go wake him up because he's been
again,
sleeping.
Not this man's job.
But there's a lot of things in here that people are doing that are not necessarily should be their jobs.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Oh, can I mention one thing about the previous when they're in the family home?
Yeah,
of course.
They're watching the Muppet Show on the telly, and Miss Piggy and Kermit are talking, and there's a couple of Muppets fighting on the balcony, and Miss Piggy says, "You call this violence art?" I have a feeling that was John Landis throwing in something.
A little Easter egg type thing?
Yeah, not just the Muppets thing, but folk complaining about how gory and violent and stuff that thing is. Like, you call this violence art? It just seemed a very specific line to have thrown in. Also, it's always good to see the Muppets in a horror film.
Wow, you really analyze this movie. I'm very impressed.
I've seen it a lot. I've also seen alien films. There was none in this one.
There's lots of aliens in this one. Aliens and werewolves. I think the name was wrong. They named the movie wrong.
Going to be so
the American Alien Werewolf in London. Is that what it is?
Okay. I don't even. Okay. So. Okay. So when he starts to eat, Bloody Jack is standing there now.
Yeah.
And asks for a piece of toast that is on David's tray.
I mean, Dead Jack is rude. Let's be real about that. He just comes over to his food.
Sorry. Hold on. Sorry.
It's okay. He's back.
Okay. It's a wall planner.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. That's a lot. That's a lot.
It's a yearly one. It's a yearly planner. So.
Oh, that's a lot. That gives me anxiety.
I mean, like planning.
It helps me a great deal. Yeah. I'm exceptionally disorganized and inconsistent. So this kind of thing actually helps you, so I can A, get down the things I'm meant to be doing, and B, remember what the fuck I'm meant to be doing in the first place.
I have a question.
I'm bored when I've got all like presents and things that folk have sent me. I've got shelves over there that have got more presents and stuff.
Do you have like an app on your phone where you could have a calendar digitally?
Yeah.
Or do you like paper form?
I can't work.
Is it better when it's like slapping you in the face on the wall next to you? Is that what's better?
Yes. Basically,
it's literally like a foot from your face, so I get it.
It's basically yelling at you.
Yeah.
You're osmosis. You're gonna.
Yeah, no, I can't use the one on my phone. I don't know how to. I have tried. It's been explained to me more than once. I can't do it. I'm not good with technology. I'm happy that this is working.
Okay, or it works for you.
My old microphone. I've got a better microphone in the sound booth, but I don't have a
You have a sound booth?
one of them things for it. Clamp holder, mic holder, clamp
Oh.
desk thing.
Okay.
So many hand
Sorry,
gestures. So many hand gestures.
One of
Oh wow.
alien. Yeah, the boom arm
I love
thing.
it.
I don't have a boom arm for it, so I've got to use my other microphone.
I get it. It's
which hopefully
okay.
sounds okay. Yeah, but that whole nightmare in a nightmare scene is very, very good.
I
That's
trying
there
to
you
get us
go.
back on track.
Very good. Well, Finn fucked up, but he occasionally
That's
hears
okay.
noises outside, and he just needs to go into the garden and make sure that we're not being attacked by any aliens.
That's a good point.
Any
Then.
aliens
He's
that,
doing his job.
that are like
You're not being
werewolves?
attacked by
Zombie,
alien werewolf
dog,
Nazis. Yeah. He needs to make
Animal
sure.
Farm, fucking aliens.
Okay, back on track.
Where were we?
Where were we?
I was
Okay,
eating
so Jack is in this
Bloody
in
Jack.
this hospital room.
Mhm.
With Bloody Jack.
Bloody shredded
Well,
Jack.
he's shredded.
Yeah.
He's straight up shredded.
This was the makeup that I thought was really good because
It
his
was
whole
good.
neck and his chest were all shredded,
Yeah.
and it's like skin was hanging off his face. They did a really good job.
Yeah. So David says, like, get the fuck out of here, Jack. Like, this is the first time that he has seen him not dead.
Yeah, because he's also eating his breakfast, so that's kind of rude.
That is kind of rude.
Yeah.
He just kind of takes it off his tray.
Mhm.
And you know he's
He's
disgusting.
hungry.
Mhm. He's
Yeah,
got to
but-
smell terrible. Let's be real. He's got to smell bad.
Not wrong.
I would imagine so. Yeah. I mean, but I've
Yeah.
had hospital.
Now he's
food,
touching his
so-
breakfast and stuff, but
I don't
Yeah,
want
but
that.
whenever
no.
he eats, it just falls out of his neck. The dude's
Oh,
constantly
it
hungry.
would have to.
Yeah. Constantly-
I'm not getting
It's not
any
making it
nourishment.
down.
No.
Gotcha. So Jack goes on to say that he needs to explain something to him, that they were attacked by werewolves.
Mhm.
And David doesn't want to hear it. He's like, I don't know why you're here. Is this a dream? Is this real? Like, I don't know.
And
if
I'm like, hey,
asleep.
David, you would know why he was here if you shut the fuck up for a second.
I know,
He's
let's-
trying to explain to you why he's here.
Let the man talk.
Let him get it out, you know?
Right.
Okay.
So Jack tells him that now he walks the earth in limbo. Jack does
Mhm.
until the werewolf's curse is broken.
Mhm.
But to do that, the last werewolf needs to be killed. And oh, by the way, David, you're the last werewolf, and
Yeah.
you're going to need to kill yourself.
And he's like, basically, you should just go and kill yourself now.
wow.
Okay, cool.
That's
Pretty much,
aggressive.
Yeah, because he tells him to take his life before he takes other people's lives and beware of the moon. Well, obviously,
No.
he didn't listen to that
No.
rule the first time when you guys
Beware
got
the
attacked
moon.
by a werewolf.
It's not. There's no of in it. Beware the moon.
Oh, God damn it.
I know, right?
Okay.
That's hard.
I think they've
I wanna-
taken that. That's sort of like traditional werewolf lore, I think, but from
Yeah,
films. I think.
sure.
I'm pretty
With the full moon-
because I've got the original Wolfman upstairs on film, not in my bedroom. But I think they say that stuff in the beware the moon. thing.
Sure, but he doesn't. He's
Oh.
okay. It's like an earthquake happening in there.
I know. The whole thing
Werewolf
shook.
flies. Werewolf alien flies are attacking.
Well, he
you.
needs to get the flies. He wants to protect
He's
you.
in protector mode.
He's hungry. He never gets the fucking things. That's the thing.
Well, he tries his
Okay.
best. He's doing his
He
best
does.
over there.
He's doing his
He's
best.
the best dog.
So obviously at this point, David is freaked out. He
Mhm.
calls for help. Nurse Alex comes in to his rescue.
Sure.
And then when she asks what's wrong, he plants a big old kiss on her
Gross.
and tells her that he's a werewolf.
Yeah, his dead friend told him that he's a werewolf.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he was
It's a lot
actually
to
going to be
take in.
becoming
Yeah.
a
And obviously she thinks he's crazy.
Of
Let's
course.
be real.
But she
But
really,
that doesn't stop her.
No, she really liked that
Uh-huh.
kiss. She did.
You're mental.
like,
Do you want
"Don't-
to come live in my house?
Right?
Seriously.
Oh my gosh.
Mhm.
So she asks if he has someplace to go when he is discharged.
Mhm.
So then the next scene we see them walking
Sorry.
down the sidewalk together.
I
She
just
takes the
giggled at discharged. I'm really sorry.
Listen.
Given the later context. Sorry. The nurse
Foreshadowing.
discharged me from the hospital. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
In more ways than
Sure
one.
does.
I can't. Sorry.
So after
Sorry.
getting some groceries, they go to her apartment.
Mhm.
Then she gives him a little tour of her apartment. I'm sorry, flat.
The flat, yeah.
Sorry.
Mhm.
Flat
So
white.
when she shows him her bedroom, he says that he can't help but notices that there's only one bed.
Oh God.
Yeah, I think we know where this is going to go.
Uh-huh.
She goes on some tangent about being the girl that doesn't take home strays, like young American men, and that she's only had 7 lovers in her life. And I'm
Who
like,
the fuck
girl,
says that?
girl,
Out of nowhere, she's like, I've only had 7 lovers and 3 of which were one-night stands. Who says that?
who cares?
Like, just, it's
I
such
did
an
write
awkward...
down. Nurse gives a lot of info.
Too much.
Why?
Too
She
much
was-
out of
She
nowhere.
wasn't asked.
No one was having that
Okay.
conversation.
No.
It's like she had a weird, like, guilty conscience and was just like, I've only had 7 lovers. It's, okay, who cares? And he's like, make me number 8, baby. Like, I don't know. Like, what is this conversation?
It was
Yeah.
it was odd. Like the romantic.
That was not
yeah,
romantic.
an inverted commas thing. The love story
Mm.
between the two of them is quite stilted. The
it's-
the more they don't talk, the better they seem to do on film.
100%.
Just
Yeah.
some of the lines were a bit the fuck.
Who says that? Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was
Like for
odd.
both of them. I agree.
Yeah. So I have my
Yeah,
notes
it
now.
was
They're
just
making out in
kinda-
the shower. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Why are
Yeah.
they okay?
And then she's like, we're watching her bite his shoulder for way too long. Way too long. She's
Well-
just like
Mm-mm.
going to town nibbling on his
Mm-mm.
shoulder. And I was like,
Mm-mm.
no,
Oh,
it was too much.
No,
It's
too much.
Not way too long at all.
It was way too long.
No.
It was not sexy.
it was.
It
well,
was not.
He enjoyed it.
He enjoyed seeing Nurse Price all wet in the shower, not her nibbling on someone's shoulder. Let's be real.
Yeah, she probably was wet. I'm
I-
just saying.
They're not
100%.
mutually exclusive. I'm happy with
Does that
it.
mean you have a chance?
He's saying there's a chance.
Jenny Agar is still a very attractive lady.
Oh.
I have not seen her currently.
We'll have to Google it.
We'll Google it.
Mhm.
Okay,
Yeah.
we'll Google it
She's
later.
in some Marvel
So
films.
now she's done being a bitey bitch, and now they're having sex. And
Yeah.
this is where CK sees some side boobs.
I'm so annoyed I didn't write bitey bitch for that bit as well. Oh man.
You beat me to the last one. I had to get ahead of you on this one.
Oh dang it.
You had
that was
one
good.
job. One
job.
job.
Ogle Jenny Agar's boob.
Got some boob
Not
action
even
happening.
Boob.
So later that night,
Mhm.
David wakes up, goes to the bathroom. He gets freaked out when he sees his decaying green Jack friend
Yeah.
in the mirror. He's
Mhm.
like getting
Can I ask
more
a
every
quick
time
question?
we see him.
Yeah.
Sorry. So it's probably this is one of the first films to do this. Not the first film, but one of the first films when they closed the mirror cabinet in the bathroom and there's somebody in the background.
It's his face.
Did you
Mhm.
expect that? Yeah,
Yes.
it was pretty
Yes.
much something's gonna happen here. Yeah.
Sure.
That's fair enough. Because that was a new thing for me as well when I was watching it the first time. Like, shit, okay.
And it scared you.
It's green. Yeah.
It's great.
Everything's good. I was 12.
Jack does not look good.
No, he doesn't.
Poor guy.
I
No,
know. So
he's
Jack
moldy
tells
looking.
him to follow him
Mhm.
into the living room. They go and sit down, start talking. Jack tells him that tomorrow night is the full moon and he's going to change into a monster.
Sure is.
Jack tells him that he just needs to go ahead and kill himself for like the 100th time.
Right.
Like
Real supportive friend.
real supportive.
Yeah.
David isn't having it.
Tough love.
David isn't having it. Oh my god.
You'll get it.
Twice.
You'll get it.
I'm gonna try it one more time. Okay, ready?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Aliens, werewolf, aliens.
The damn whiskey. Okay. David isn't having it. Oh, I did it.
Nailed it.
But Jack pleads with him and tells him that he has to believe him. Dave tells him to just go away.
I have in my notes unrelated is that they pan out and we see naked David sitting on the couch with a pillow over him. And I
Mm.
wrote, if I had somebody at my house and I walk into my living room and he's sitting ass naked with a pillow on his dick from my couch, I'd be really upset by that.
Were you?
Yeah,
mean,
that's
would
all
you?
I could think about. I was so distracted. I'm like, why does he have his balls on her pillow? Stop. It
Yeah,
just
I-
seemed
I
gross to
know.
me. Like
he
on her
basically
couch.
had his balls on her earlier. So
Okay, but we didn't see him
On
shower
and
after.
around.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
It
we
just
didn't.
doesn't
That's
seem
the
the
thing. We
cleanest
didn't
of
see a shower
scenarios.
after. They were clean
That's what I'm
before they
saying.
did the deed. Afterwards, I'm assuming they just fell asleep because they've had a busy schedule and they've just
Sure.
bonked. Obligatory bonk. I put in my thing.
Yeah.
So
100%.
he's going to be
Bonk.
slightly coated,
yes, yeah.
Coated.
and now he's got
Wow.
her throw cushion on his schlong
On his
and
junk, yeah.
bare
And
arse
his balls on her
on the
couch.
cushion.
And it's just,
Well, his
yeah.
butt crack as well as, I mean, if you build up a
100%.
sweat,
That's
you
what
know
I
it
said.
was
His
sweaty.
naked ass is all over her couch.
Yeah.
And there's a pillow over him.
He's
It
gonna
just,
leave.
it
He's
grossed
left
me
his
out a
mark.
bit.
Ew. That's
She needs a
gross.
new couch now. That's all I'm saying.
Just burn it. It's fine. We're gonna move on.
Yeah. Oh, it's gonna get worse to be fair, but yeah.
Oh, it's
Mhm.
it's gonna get worse.
Mhm.
So Alex wakes up. Nope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Alex. Yes. Alex wakes up and goes to find David, who is rubbing his butt all over and balls
Sweaty
all over
butt.
her stuff.
Yeah.
She asks if he's okay.
She goes, "What's going on? I heard voices again. Whoever wrote
Yeah.
Alex's lines, I can't. I just can't."
Not
I
the
know.
strongest. Not the strongest script in the world.
At least she's
No.
pretty.
Mhm.
So she asks if he's okay, and he
Never
says that he's not. And then he asks her if she thinks that he's crazy.
Yeah, we all do.
Yeah.
And your sweaty ass is still on the
He t-
couch.
He tells her that he saw Jack. Oh my God. He tells her that he just saw Jack again and that he's going to turn into a monster tomorrow. And she just brushes it off. Probably because the sex was so good
Yeah.
that she needed.
She's like, "Okay, whatever. Come back to bed, you animal.
I know.
Whatever."
Yeah, it must have been something. It's like, oh, you just saw your dead friend, and you're going to be a crazy monster. It's like, oh, let's go back to bed.
I know.
Uh-huh.
It was
She's
just
like, blah, blah,
it
blah,
was
come on.
such-
Oh, that's a turn
so
on.
many, like you mentioned before, the stereotypes of British folk in this fucking film
Yes.
is
It
off
drives me
the
nuts.
bloody scale. I mean,
Yeah.
it's the time of day, so it was that time of day because it was evening. It's like, oh, let's go back to bed. If it was lunchtime, it'd be like, let me make you a cup of tea, and
Uh-huh.
everything will be fine.
A cup
To
of
be
tea
fair, the
and a-
tea thing
and a
is quite.
trumpet.
It's not really a stereotype; it is a thing.
Sure.
But
Yeah.
it was just her lines weren't great. The stereotypes was unreal, especially in a bit coming up later, which I'll mention when the doctor goes to East Proctor in the bar and stuff.
Mhm.
Of something that I wrote down that I'll mention. But
Okay.
continue.
Please continue. So the next day, we see the doctor that took care of David go to this town where David and Jack visited the Slaughtered Lamb
Mhm.
pub.
Mhm.
He goes inside, gets himself a drink, then ask about the two American kids.
Mhm.
Then he
So
sits
this is the
down.
bit I was going to mention.
Okay.
Sorry,
When he
about the
orders a
stereotypes
Guinness?
and stuff. He asked for a Campari and soda, and the looks that they give him is basically I've written Southern as fuck. So this, as in British, not
Yeah.
Yeah.
this Southern Nancy boy coming up here to our manly pub and stuff. It's not my words. It's what they would have been.
Sure.
thinking.
Yeah.
But it's like you don't ask for a Campari and soda in that kind of establishment.
Mm.
Yeah,
Because she
it
judged
would
him
be like
hard.
some rough. I don't know what's another kind of stereotype, like a biker bar, and
Uh-huh.
asking for a dry martini,
Like a martini.
It's
Yeah.
there you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
that kind of thing. So it was just like another stereotype of Campari and soda,
Mhm.
kind of malarkey. Is like, and then
She's
Then a
like, "No, bitch.
small
I don't got that for you."
not even a whole fucking Guinness.
Yeah, and he only takes
Small
like 2
Guinness.
sips of it.
and then
He
fucks
wastes
off.
the
I
entire
know.
beer.
The man
Yeah.
has too much money. I mean, he's earned it. To get to that level of surgeon, you work.
Sure.
But still, nice card as
Mhm.
well.
He's like, "I guess I'll
But
just
yeah.
take the smallest size Guinness you have. I'll take it."
Extra
Yeah.
small,
Yeah.
please.
Mhm.
Okay. So when he sits down with his small Guinness, he knows that he doesn't belong there,
Mhm.
but he starts to ask about this 5-point star on the wall.
Right.
Okay. Again, 5-point star. Stars have 5 points. Okay.
We're learning about shapes today.
So he goes on to ask if anyone knew the boys that were being attacked by this werewolf. They said that they
Oh,
don't know anything about it
you've
and basically tell him to
Completely
leave.
frozen.
I think he's a cop.
Right. Like
Yeah.
they're asking questions. Oh, they're obviously very like to the
You're back
what do you
again.
call it? To
Small
the
town.
chest.
Keep it good and close to the chest.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Sorry, you
as
completely
he
froze
he
there for a
leaves,
little spell.
and oh, did you hear us at
Can you
all?
hear me okay?
Yeah.
You stopped when he was about to have. You mentioned the thorough importance of a star only having 5 points, and then you froze, and now you're frozen again. Oh, you're back
We're
again.
frozen again?
Yeah, sorry, so
No!
I missed a
Okay.
bit.
Okay,
We were doing so good for a while.
We were rolling.
Mm-hmm.
They're
Well,
back.
we just said that they didn't answer any of his questions because I thought he was a cop.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
So as he is leaving, he spots one of the men that was in the bar earlier. He's
The
like
Scottish
in the
darts
distance,
player.
like
Just
creepy
standing in
staring
the
at him.
rain. He's just
What is he doing?
standing in the rain, creeping everybody out.
He's creeping me out. I don't know.
waiting to give
So he goes over to
information.
talk to him because I guess he felt compelled to. What did you say?
He was waiting to give information
What'd
to
you
the
say?
doctor.
Well, yeah.
Needed
Yeah,
to
but
talk with
he's
weird.
still creeping people out.
Oh yeah, he's
Why are
fucking
you
dopey as
whispering?
fuck. I don't know. It
I
just
mean, you're
came
more
out
than
that
welcome
way.
to. I'm just feeling.
Yeah.
Oh,
But it's true.
okay.
He wants to give info to the
Oh,
doctor,
no.
but he's still just awkwardly huddling in the rain, just standing there looking creepy as shit.
It is creepy as shit.
It's weird.
Okay. Anyways,
He goes over there.
he goes there to talk to him. The man tells him that David is in danger and that there's something wrong with this town that he lives in. Then move, dude. Whatever. So he tells the doctor that everyone around him is in danger too. Then one of the other patrons of the bar comes out, shuts the conversation down,
Mhm.
and the other guy scampers off with his tail between his legs like he did something wrong.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
We did.
Well, he
We'll
did.
pay for
Giving
that
away
later.
secrets. Mm-hmm.
That's
Oh, yeah, he will. He did. He got real angry. He was like a dad voice.
Yeah.
He was
That
a
guy was
wrestler.
stealthy. He like appeared out of
He
nowhere.
knows how to be angry.
That was the wrestler.
That was the one who told
Turned
the
it on
joke
for
in the bar.
Showtime.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The one that I didn't understand.
right.
But like actually didn't understand the words to it. Yeah.
But he couldn't understand what he was
That's-
saying.
Fair.
So
Yeah.
he goes back with Nurse Alex and David.
Mhm.
She is going to work, and as they're walking out of the apartment together, she tells him to, call her if he has any issues during the day or if he needs her, or whatever. She also has left some pills on the counter for him. Okay. So do we not have to have prescriptions for pills? She just provides, because I felt like
She's
they
a
were
nurse
like,
at home and at the hospital. That's what's up. She's just distributing them.
but
small
she's a
dosages.
woman nurse and does not have the ability to write prescriptions.
No, but she cut up his breakfast for him. We know that's for sure.
That's gross.
Cut it up, fed it. Here are your portioned out pills.
He'll have
okay.
got
Good luck.
him at the hospital. Stop it.
I'm
you
just saying.
two.
I'm just saying. So when she leaves, he tries to get back to the apartment. Which,
well, also this dog starts barking at him like crazy.
Oh,
and
yeah.
these kids start maniacally laughing at him. I
Which
don't like
is
any of
weird.
it. I don't like any of it.
I just didn't write that down.
No, the
I
creepy kids in horror films thing again. They were.
God, I hate
dodgy little
children
bastards.
laughing in horror movies. I hate it.
I skipped
Yeah.
right over them. I didn't care.
Well, it's like we know the dog's barking at him because he's a werewolf. Fine, whatever. Okay.
And then the cat.
Or is he? Or is he an
Yeah.
alien? I don't know. I'm sorry, what? Both of you. I can't.
Yeah.
I can't with both of you.
You have to.
I know, I really do. I
Yeah.
kind of do.
Uh-huh.
I have to
Yeah,
be
yeah, I've
here.
got
yourself in
fucking
this
choice.
situation.
Sure did. You know that whole interview that we said we're going to do another one with him? I don't know if it's
Courtney's
gonna
not
happen.
going to be there for it.
Nice meeting you. Bye.
I've got to go watch E.T.
Oh my God.
again. It's about this werewolf that comes from space.
These aliens are just too much.
Oh,
So,
my God.
so he can't get back into the apartment, and he realizes that now the door is locked.
Mhm.
So he goes around the apartment, tries to find an unlocked window, which he does.
Breaks in way too easily.
Like literally,
Mhm.
it was at the front of the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just
Ground
So-
level.
This is how I used to get into my house when I was coming back from school.
stop it.
There would be an open window.
That seems way too easy for someone to break into your house that way. That's not safe.
No, it's not. But it's not inaccurate, is what I'm meaning.
Do they?
Oh, I don't think it's inaccurate. I just don't like that.
Mm.
That's not safe at all. It just
Do
seems
you-
like anybody can be in that apartment anytime.
Well, I mean, is that like a normal thing now over there? Like you keep
What,
your
lack
windows
of safety?
Well, I don't go to
I'm-
school
right.
anymore.
Not in London.
Yeah, I'm not a latchkey kid anymore, but I wouldn't be able to get into the house now if I didn't have my key. But when I was younger, yeah, it was easy enough just to kind of pop the thing and then you go.
Okay,
That makes me very
Yeah,
uncomfortable.
that does. I don't like that. Lock your
No.
doors and windows.
Mhm.
It's
Safety
not-
first.
It's not safe. These people are crazy. It's aliens running around here that look like werewolves. So he makes
Wolves.
himself.
If
Just
if
one
you're going to
wolf.
mock the aliens
wolf.
and the werewolves, say fucking wolf. Werewolf.
Don't you judge how I say things.
I'm not judging you. I'm correcting you.
That might be worse.
I really like
I'm
that.
only saying this because we are so far away from each other.
Yes, I can't come and get you.
Uh-huh.
Is what it is.
Not yet. I know you'll remember though. He's a
Okay,
werewolf.
so David gets
Yeah.
back in the apartment. He makes himself at home.
Oh no,
starts
you're
watching the
frozen
telly,
again.
Oh,
Okay,
can you
think-
hear us?
You're back.
Are we,
Do some moving.
are
are we
back?
here?
Yeah, there you are.
Moving.
Sorry,
Okay.
you just froze a little
Okay.
bit again.
Okay. So
so you
he
fix
is
it.
aimlessly running around this apartment. I'm sorry, not running. He's aimlessly roaming around this
Yeah.
apartment.
He bored.
He's bored. And then I'm thinking to myself, now correct me if I'm wrong, but he's staying in this house, and maybe it's because he's afraid that he's going to turn into a werewolf. But why can't he go like tour London? Like he's never been there.
Yeah, and why is she okay with him just staying in her apartment while she's at work?
She didn't know him.
I hate everything about that.
I
I did think that as well, I must admit. The only thing I can think of is that he maybe didn't have a lot of cash and he didn't have a key.
Maybe.
But we've already seen that he just goes in through the window.
He just easily
Yeah.
opens that window.
Yeah. And he checked out
Mhm.
all 3 channels on the telly
Sure
as
did.
well.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, in 1981, there were only 3 channels on the telly.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I think
The 4th one didn't come until 1982.
Okay, so it's night now. He's been pacing around this house the entire time. And we see now that there's a full moon outside.
Of course.
David is quietly sitting in a chair in the apartment, then automatically just kind of freaks out
Yeah.
and starts getting real hot. He starts,
It's real sweaty.
he's real sweaty.
real wet.
And then he starts like taking off his clothes.
Yeah.
And
Because he shouts, "Jesus Christ, I'm burning up." And then like the Hulk just like ripping off all
So
of his
dramatic.
clothes. His jeans were so easy to just like throw off, rip off his shirt.
he just took him
Now
right
he's
down.
like completely naked.
And
Again, just like leave her living room alone. Stop putting your gross, sweaty ass all over it.
He's a
I'm sure-
wolf.
Well, now he
has to
is.
mark his spot.
Okay.
Oh God, does that mean
Okay.
he's peeing on things
Yeah,
too?
he
Ew.
probably
Yeah.
is.
The couch, the chair, peanuts in a
Blech.
bar. Just
Making cereal out of peanuts. That's gross.
And he starts turning into a real hairy bitch.
He does.
Yeah.
Like you can see the hair growing out of his body and his
Yeah.
like hands
Like, his
changing
fingers
into like
are getting long. His feet
This
were like changing into
is
like wolf feet.
amazing.
His nose. I feel like again the effects were pretty good. And then all his hair is popping out of his body.
it looks real painful though.
Oh, he was screaming. He did not seem to be enjoying it.
No.
Sounded really painful as well with
It
the bones
sounded-
kind of cracking
Yeah.
up. a bit.
Because his whole
And there's
spine
one
was
bit-
changing.
Yeah, there's another bit that pops into my nightmares now and again is when he flops onto his back and
Oh,
he looks directly down the fucking camera at the people watching the film as if to say, A, help me, B, I'm going to fucking slaughter you when I get through this.
Come
one's
through the
safe.
screen and
Yep.
show what I can
Yeah,
do.
it's just, it gives me chills.
But like,
does.
does this lady
Yes,
not have
I
any
know you think
neighbors?
Boring, but
Does she not have any neighbors?
She doesn't have any neighbors.
No, because like it's nighttime
in Britain,
now. Some
nobody's going
people
to say
might be
anything in Britain.
home. No
What do you
one?
mean?
They won't say anything. They might phone the police, but unless something directly
If you hear
happens,
somebody
they'll go,
screaming?
somebody's just being noisy next door. Yeah.
He's like screaming bloody oh my God, I'm not going over there. People are not going to come to my rescue if I get in trouble. What if I'm screaming
Yeah.
bloody murder? They're thinking, oh, she's fine, the dumb American.
They might phone the police. Nobody's
That's
coming
all I
over.
mean. No, I wouldn't
Somebody
go
might have phoned the
over.
police, but he's already gone by that time. I would imagine.
How do you
He's
know?
gone shopping. Because you see him later. He's
Well,
just
yeah, but I'm
goes
just
in
saying they don't know
Turns
that.
into a bitey
box
bitch.
and-
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I would imagine that it's it's like the
Be
Kitty
like-
Genovese story. Do you know that one?
No.
It's when a lassie got attacked and murdered, and it was meant to be like no one helped her, no one did anything, and but it turns out that 36 people actually like try to phone the police and all this kind of thing and all that kind of stuff. So it was like no one helped. It's like the more people that are, the less likely folk are to want to get involved because they think, oh, somebody else
is doing
somebody
it.
else will
Mhm.
do it.
Yeah.
So not to make this point too serious whatsoever, but yeah, I can quite happily believe that nobody would do anything.
I'm not going
I'm
over there.
not. I wouldn't go over there, but I'd at least be like,
Don't
beep, beep,
turn
beep.
into a werewolf
Hey, my neighbor, something's going on over
Right.
there.
There's a lot of
Can
screaming.
you just go check it out? Because someone's yelling that they're hot. I think they're sweaty. Like there's just something happening.
Someone looks real. Maybe their AC is not working.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know. Okay.
Oh, like you're sweet. You think we've got AC over here?
Oh, they don't.
I didn't have AC until I moved to
No.
Florida.
Oh,
The house I grew up in New York didn't have air conditioning. It was hot and gross in the summer.
Mm.
No, we have AC here. Central AC in every single house.
Yeah.
It is hotter
It's
than
nice.
balls.
Well, that's because
We
we
have
got newer
fans.
houses. Yeah.
I mean, you're more than welcome to come over and hang out in the AC.
Yeah, we have air conditioning even though it's hot. Inside it's nice.
Yeah.
See? Yeah. He's
January
good.
time.
January.
Mhm.
January it
Sure.
is.
January and February. It's,
Let me check
good.
my big giant yearly
Oh,
planner.
oh, there's like big X's through January and February. It's so weird. We must be super busy those times.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nope,
no.
nothing available.
Okay.
I've got so much. I've got so much. I'm free
So
the 12th
bullshit.
of December from 9 till 2.
But not January.
But not January.
Oh, well, never mind.
Okay. Okay. So later on, we see a couple being dropped off at the apartment,
Mhm.
at their apartment. I think it's in the same building, right? I don't know.
I assume.
I don't know,
No,
it's near.
somewhere else entirely.
Oh, really?
Oh, great. It's
Yeah.
somewhere else
It's not
entirely.
it's not specified where it is, so it might not be that far away from where
Where he
he's
was.
living.
Yeah.
But
Gotcha.
a lot of these buildings kind of
Look the same.
as lovely as they are, they kind of run along the same sort of lines. So, yeah.
Gotcha. So as they are going around the back of the house or the apartment,
Yeah.
which
Because they're
they're going to scare
going
somebody.
to their friend's house for dinner.
Right.
But they think it would be a riot if they go around to the back of the building to scare them. But like the friends are not on the first floor.
No.
So you still, it doesn't matter.
It-
It doesn't matter because you still get it. I don't know
It doesn't-
how. It's not like it's their house and you're sneaking in like the back door of their house and they're like, "Where'd you come from?" It's an apartment building.
right. I
Okay.
don't know. I don't have
Number
answers
2
for
of the list of things that I'm pretty sure you were going to mention.
Nailed it.
It's like he knows us so
Uh-huh.
well.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so they go around to the back of this building.
Right. But joke's on them.
Joke's on them.
Yeah.
They get attacked by by werewolf David.
Sure.
Or alien, I'm not sure.
They're dead.
So the woman
Yeah.
upstairs that they're going to visit
Yeah.
is looking out the window, and she tells her husband that there are hooligans down in the park again.
Hooligans.
Or
I love that she
hooligans.
called them hooligans. Oh,
The
there's
husband goes out.
ragamuffins in the garden.
The ragamuffins.
Yes. They're asking for more.
So the husband
Mhm.
goes out to kind of see what's happening. To
But
get
he
these-
brings his cocktail, which I love.
He does because
He's
he's
not going to stop drinking it. He's like, okay, fine. I'll go check it out.
I'll just kick these kids out. We're
Uh-huh.
gonna move on. So the doctor gets back to the hospital. Okay, wait a minute. So we keep jumping back and forth
Yeah.
from like the hospital to David, and like we just keep. Anyways, so the doctor gets back to the hospital and asks if anybody has had contact with David since he had been released.
Mhm.
And then Nurse Alex pipes up and says that he's been staying in her flat. So he asks, for the number to call. Like he doesn't care,
Right.
apparently at all.
No, because she thinks she's in trouble at first, but he's like, something's wrong.
Right.
We need to contact him.
Right. So she gets the number from her, calls him. Obviously, nobody answers because, well, he's attacking people.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
Alex asks, what's going on with David? And the doctor says that he wanted to investigate what actually happened to David and to see if the fantasies that he was having were real.
Yeah.
Or dreams, whatever.
Whatever, yeah.
Fantasies is a
Good dreams.
Okay. So when he went down, he went to town that David and Jack were last in. He's explaining this to her. And he realized that after talking to the townsfolk that everyone is lying
Mhm.
and that they're all trying to cover up what happened.
Yeah.
He doesn't know what happened, but something.
Because the wounds that he had when he got to the hospital were already taken care of before he got to the hospital in
Yes.
London. But there's no medical records of any doctor ever seeing him that like dressed the wounds.
Right.
So he's like
They lost the report as well, I think you said. about,
mysteriously, the police
police
report.
department.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I mean, maybe the police department should be investigated. That's all I'm saying.
Mhm.
We'll see.
They all know. They're all in on it.
They're all yeah. The doctor said that if David was attacked by a werewolf, that he would become a werewolf himself. He clarifies that he doesn't think that he's physically going to become a wolf,
Sure.
but he may harm himself or others in his deranged state.
Okay.
Okay.
That's where lycanthropy comes from. People
what?
thinking that they were lycanthropy, like lycanthropes are werewolves.
Oh,
So
yeah.
lycanthropy was a thing where you thought you were a werewolf, basically. So
But not
it was a
turning into
condition.
one. That makes sense. Because I was
Yes.
like,
Yeah,
why would
you
he
just
think
thought
he was
you
a
were.
werewolf but not turning? I was like, he's committed to the werewolf theory, but not like 100% to think he's going to turn into
like,
one.
"Yeah,
So,
Like
okay.
maybe."
big
Now
dash
I
of
can get
mass
on board.
hysteria and
Uh-huh.
that
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Okay. He thinks it's mental. Got it. Okay.
Gotcha. So we see Werewolf David attack a few homeless people that are just hanging out. And then
I hope that doggy got away.
I think it did. They
Yeah.
kind of sent him away.
The little border collie.
I know. Named you of your baby, huh?
I have a border collie. I love
Yes,
her.
you do. So then
If you don't see it dead, it didn't die.
That's what I'm thinking too. I think that the border collie got the sense the werewolf and was like, "Fuck you, bitches, I'm out,"
Yeah,
and
fuck
just
this,
took
I'm
off.
Yeah.
And the homeless people were like, "What?" And then they got attacked.
Yeah,
That's what I think is happening.
they should have followed the dog.
The dog got smarter than them. Got it. Okay.
Dogs are smarter than people.
Uh-huh.
So then we met someone named Gerald. He gets off this subway. Okay. I have a problem with this.
Why is there a werewolf in a subway?
Why is there nobody in the subway?
Why is the werewolf there?
I have no idea.
This made me mad.
This made me mad.
He's by himself. Is it the tube? Is that what they call it in London? The tube? He's by himself underground. And he's like at this vending machine, fine. And he hears a growling noise.
Oh,
why?
He goes, hello?
Oh my God. I don't
Hello? Dude, no one's going to answer you.
I got it right here. Also, I thought you were going to mention the dude with the cocktail earlier on because he says, "Is anyone there?" And I thought you were going to mention that one.
Hello?
Who's there? Who's there? Right. So the tube can't be that empty if it's that late at night.
Really?
Oh, it can be?
In London?
If it's
I
that
find that
late.
very hard to believe.
Oh, tough noogies.
Ugh. Well,
You guys go to
It's
sleep
very
so early.
rare. It also might
Sure.
depend on where the stop is as well. So, I mean, I
Okay.
know it's a very different thing, but I used to use it in Glasgow. They've got underground as well, and it would be fucking barren if you're coming back late
Depends time
at
of night.
times. How
Okay,
the werewolf
that's
got
scary.
into the
and why
subway,
he's there? Why would that
Maybe he
be? If
had
he's hungry and trying to
trouble
eat somebody, why would going in a subway be where to go?
I don't. If there's nobody there, I don't know why he would have gone in.
It
Following
infuriates me.
smells. You're going to follow the scent. A lot of people. There's a lot of
was in-
people smell down there.
Clearly not a good scent because there was nobody there.
Maybe it was the aftermath
Well,
of
it's
somebody
not like
walking
it's
through.
not going to go away, is it?
The
London's
lingering scent
very
of people.
He's getting an attitude.
He's getting very defensive.
No,
getting
he's not.
real
He's
Subway
defensive.
scene.
He was kind of like,
He's trying to change his
the
tune.
tube is going to be a smelly place for a werewolf's
Ew.
nose.
Okay, I really don't want to go.
How the
there
fuck
now.
he got in, I've got no idea.
I
Travel
don't
blog.
know why he.
You'll
I
change.
can't.
He jumped.
It
over.
annoys me that we're in a subway and he's like chasing this one guy. I just feel like if he could find 3 homeless people in one time, like why?
Right.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I will move on.
Maybe he doesn't like the taste of homeless people. Maybe he fancies something a bit
He
more
needs to
rich.
wash it down with somebody that's like got a real job, right?
Yeah. Maybe he smelt
just-
the wool on his coat. Maybe he was trying to mate rather than eat. I don't know.
It's like,
wow.
I don't know what this is, but I like it.
I know.
I mean, the dude was lying down on the escalator, so...
Okay, this guy, I
Okay,
can't.
he tripped over nothing. But anyways,
And then he just
Over
laid
his
there
own
like,
fear.
"Wah," like just helpless and just laid there.
I don't know. He's running. Okay, anyways, he
Okay.
dies.
Okay,
He's-
so remember I mentioned before that there's a scene coming up that scared the shit out of me.
What this?
Was it when the werewolf came out and you could
Yes.
see him in the subway? Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, it was exactly that because the
Mhm.
werewolf.
It's like the first time we saw him.
Pretty much, yeah. The werewolf was just walking very fucking slowly. He knows
Oh, yeah.
full well he doesn't have to chase anymore. He's
Uh-huh.
got the guy because he didn't drop his fucking briefcase and his umbrella. No, I need these. I'm British. Ha ha. But it was the werewolf walking so slowly,
Uh-huh.
and you see it from above. You're far
Yeah.
away. You can still
Yep.
see it. You can't help. And the thing's coming out. Also, another reason why it's so far away. If the scene was to continue, you'd see the guy holding the wheelbarrow that's got the front
Yeah.
of the werewolf on it, pushing him out. But that scene, for whatever reason, I think it's because the dude's fucked.
Yeah.
Even the wolf isn't rushing to get him.
Uh-huh.
That's the thing
Well,
that
it's like
scares-
it's
like
the
he
first
knows.
time that we actually full on see. I mean, we see him turning into the werewolf,
Mhm.
but it's the first time that we actually see him as like a full
Right.
werewolf in the movie.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's that classic, like horror villain of like, you can run all you want through the woods. I'm gonna catch you. It doesn't matter. I can just
It's a horror
meander
movie trope,
behind you.
isn't it?
100%. I could just
Michael
meander and take my
Myers
sweet
and
ass time,
Jason
but
and-
you're fucked
Yeah.
either way. Yep. So it's
Yeah.
I get it. It's weird. Mhm.
Gonna get
All
you,
right.
and I'm
So
gonna
the next morning, David wakes up naked in a bed of hay.
Right. I was like, not his bed.
Yeah.
Not his bed,
Yeah.
in a bed of hay,
Yeah.
surrounded by other wolves.
Yeah.
And is in
Did
like
nobody
this,
see him in
I don't, well, maybe the day was just starting.
there? Because they're in a zoo, and then there's people at the zoo. But I guess people who work at the zoo were like, yeah, fuck the wolf. We'll just fuck the wolves. We'll just go
There-
check on them later.
There's like a random man, naked man
Okay,
in the
whatever.
enclosure. I don't know, but he got out real easily.
I guess he got in really easily too.
It's true. Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think the hefty wolfness just sedoinked the cage a
The
bit.
hefty
I don't know why I'm
wolfness.
trying to justify this one. This is dodgy as fuck.
What exactly are you trying to say?
The wolf was so big as a werewolf that he was easy to like break into the enclosure and then
Maybe just
leave
bit
again.
the lock or something. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah,
And the
Okay.
other wolves aren't going to leave for some reason, even though they
Right.
can get out. And
They're
the
comfortable.
timing of
They
it
get
is
fed.
a bit odd.
Yeah.
Or they're too scared to leave because they're not attacking him, so they know that he's the alpha. I
Mm.
guess even in
Maybe. And
If
he
he
told
is a
them to
werewolf
stay?
and they're just regular boring wolves, you know?
I know.
Like,
yeah, they're just wolves or wolves.
like one day I'll be a werewolf.
But the timing of
Mhm.
it is off because it doesn't
Mhm.
seem to be that long before he starts interacting with people who are actually there.
Right. Because as soon as he gets out of the cage, because he's naked, he's running around and there's
Right.
people at the zoo.
Yeah.
Mm.
But, okay. That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
I think we
Welcome
should
to
just move on.
England.
So he hides in some bushes
Uh-huh.
and starts calling to a little boy
Creepy.
who is holding a bunch of balloons.
A lot of balloons, yeah.
He tells him to come over to him, to
Yeah.
give him the balloons. He's going to give him some money.
Yeah. I give him £2 for the balloons. Okay.
Okay.
He started at £1.
Yeah. Quickly hop to 2.
Where's he
and
keeping
the
this
kid
money?
said no. And so Peter's
It's like, fuck though.
yeah, maybe. It's like, why are you going to give me money if you're a thief? Let me show you. Yoink.
Uh-huh.
I
So
have-
he go ahead.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Where did he put the money? Like, how was he carrying the money?
Valid point. Where was he storing it?
Where was he? In what
How
cavity
many
of his
money?
body was he storing this money?
He just stole the balloons from the kid. He used the money to lure this creepy kid to the bushes. Well, being creepy to get the
Okay.
kid to the bushes. Stole the
Yeah.
balloons because then he runs away with it covering his junk and then takes this lady's jacket.
Which is weird
Whatever.
that he would use balloons to. Okay.
He takes this lady's jacket,
It's better than
then-
nothing, I suppose.
I guess.
Yeah.
But I actually
also,
openly
he
laughed.
might have gotten some change in his butt crack after sitting on Alex's sofa.
Maybe.
And he sort of,
Got
when he sat
stuck
down, he
to
was
the
sort
sweaty
of,
cheeks
you know,
of his
Oh, that's so gross.
he was open.
Stop
And
saying
then-
that.
gestures.
And then when he stood up, he gathered
He's
them,
like, oh, conveniently, £2. Perfect.
like the pincers of a robot in chopping.
Doing it. Ding, 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 ding.
Bit more of a slap, 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 fleshy slap.
Oh, bleh. Bleh.
That's gross. That's gross.
Oh, wow.
Don't
That
do
was his butt cheeks.
No,
I
no, we
know.
got
No,
it.
we
We
got
definitely
that.
understood
No.
that.
Sorry. I said to Dustin, I promise I'll try not to ramble.
It's fine. Your rambling
That
is.
worked.
It's fine.
Is
It's funny.
yes.
Fucking hope so.
The next part of this movie that I thought was actually,
my
I openly
cheeks.
laughed at this part when the little boy goes up to, I assume it's his mom, and then he says that a naked American stole my balloons, and she's like, "A what?"
A what?
Yeah, and then scene ends. That's that.
Yeah, that's it. I openly laughed at it because she's like,
Like, what
What?
do you mean? It was American.
American man stole my balloons. Little kid
So-
looked like Charlie Bucket from Willy Wonka.
He did.
Yeah,
Yes, from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
a wee bit.
So David ends up standing in line at like a bus stop.
yeah,
In his jacket that he's
a
it's
women's
red.
coat. Yeah,
It's a bright red with like
fur collar, barefoot because he's naked.
Right.
Yeah.
And he's waiting for the bus so that he can go back to Alex's apartment.
Mm-hmm.
So he gets back there.
Okay,
Goes
so
in-
now you could feasibly ask, where did he have the money? So unless there was money in the
Because he's on a
jacket-
bus.
Well, maybe there's something in the
Yes.
jacket.
So unless if
pocket,
there's
maybe
money
had
in the
some.
jacket, then fine.
Maybe
But-
he just had more in his cheeks than we thought.
Maybe
Maybe.
he's got some really tight butt cheeks and he can hold a lot of money up in there.
Mhm.
Just saying.
He's got a roll of quarters.
Your hand gestures were
He clenches.
just right up in there.
That's how he picks them up.
Right up in there.
The claw. That's how he picks them up. Toy
I'm
Story.
so glad
5.
we're videoing this.
I can't seem to stop doing it.
It's just natural.
And then he holds it.
Oh, no.
Tight. Okay.
And then
Oh my god.
when he wants to pay the bus fare, he flaps it open like a dandelion, spreading its seeds in the wind.
Okay, it's getting real gross. It's
Sorry.
getting real gross.
Took me longer than expected.
Moving on. He gets back to Alex. He gets back to Alex's apartment,
Mhm.
goes in, immediately gets dressed, and he says that he has officially lost his mind because he woke up in a zoo,
Yeah.
in an enclosure of a zoo.
Yeah, but he doesn't seem upset about it. He seems to be in a great fucking mood now.
Neither does
Mm.
she.
No. She's like, cool, who hasn't, bro? Yeah.
We all have.
She's such a well-written, three-dimensional woman's character in this film.
Oh my god, it's
Uh-huh.
exhausting.
I didn't
Yeah.
notice this much till I watched it earlier on. It's like, oh man, she's weak. This is a weak
Mhm.
character.
Mhm.
Yeah, she's almost like one of the main characters.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Okay.
Okay, so then the phone rings. Alex answers it, and it's the doctor asking if she's heard anything from David.
Mhm.
And she said that he's there now and said that he woke up in a zoo.
No one's concerned.
No one's concerned. But the doctor asks, if he's acting strangely.
Mhm. And she's like,
Not
than
really.
usual? Or like define strangely? Because yes.
Well, and at
He's
this
being
point,
a little bit of a
he's-
bitey bitch.
she really is. Because as she's on the phone, David's over there and he's just like kissing on her
Uh-huh.
and like
He's in
grabbing
a great
at her.
mood. Yeah.
He was.
He's got a full belly. He
I
woke up
mean,
with some
Mhm.
wolves. He ran naked through a zoo. He's having a great morning. Let's
great
be real.
morning.
Balloons.
I
Uh-huh.
know. So the doctor says that she needs to bring him to him at the hospital straight away.
Yep.
And David needs to be in his care. Like he needs to monitor him.
Keep an eye on him. Yeah.
Of course. She says she will. They're going to grab a taxi and they head off towards the hospital. But as they begin to drive, this
Cab driver.
the cab driver.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So he's like, oh, how do you feel about the 6 murders that happened last night? A lunatic had mutilated these people.
They
And
use lunatic very loosely in
they
this movie.
really do.
Hmm.
Like 80s.
Okay.
So David tells the taxi driver to pull over because he's like, I did this. Like
Mhm.
he's starting to get like a guilty conscience. Like I was supposed to kill people or I was going to kill people. I should have killed myself.
My
but
dead
I
friend
didn't.
said I was going to, so
Right.
it had to have been me. Mhm.
Right. So he pulls over. They both jump out. Alex asks what's wrong. And David said that Jack was right. He was the one that killed all those people last night. And he was going to go turn himself into the police
Mhm.
because there was going to be a full moon that night and he didn't want anybody else to get hurt.
Hmm.
So
Okay.
what does he
Fair.
do? Runs up to a policeman in the park,
Mhm.
tells him that he killed all those people last night and that he wanted him to arrest him. So he starts like, the police is like, I don't know who you are. I
Right.
just need you to like go away. You're
Yeah.
creating a scene.
This cop was very chill.
He really was. So David starts like spouting off all these things, trying to get arrested.
He's like cursing and
Oh my
stuff,
God.
yelling about the queen, all this type of
I
shit.
know,
Mhm.
just
Queen
really
Elizabeth is a man.
yeah.
Mhm.
So all
He
these
calls Prince
absurd.
Charles a slur. Yeah.
Mhm.
But the police guy just tells him to get lost. Like he's like, there's a group that's like of people that are kind of circling around.
They're like,
them
you
now.
dumb American, get out of here.
I know. These crazy Americans. Why do we let them in the country? So David is still
Defining.
going on his rant as Alex tries to calm him down. And he tells her that he loves her, but he's dangerous and she can't be around him. So he just scampers off. So now we're at the doctor's office.
Mhm.
Alex is there now because, well, she arrived without David.
Mhm.
The investigators from the Scotland Yard are there too. And they said that they're going to go find him.
Mhm.
They sound very.
Because they've done a good job so far. Let's be real.
They haven't.
Hmm.
Their investigative work is not great.
Bumbling policeman in a British film.
That sounds right? That's
But I
just-
did like the little comedy bit where the main policeman left, and the guy was saying, goes, "We will catch him. I
Yeah.
assure you of that." And
Mhm.
he nearly walks into the door.
Uh,
It was just
yeah,
a little
real
bit of funny
comforting.
timing.
Mhm.
He's
Yeah.
like, you're probably not, but maybe somebody will.
No,
Hopefully there's
no.
more than the two of you in the Scotland Yard department.
No, just
No,
them.
Just them. Okay.
Nope. The rest of them are still looking for Jack the Ripper.
They have a big job ahead of them.
Uh-huh.
So
Mhm.
David has made it to a phone booth now. He
Mhm.
calls home, and his sister Rachel answers the phone.
He's got that phone all up on his face.
He does.
Ugh.
He does. So she tells him that their parents are not there, and he's floored that they would leave her alone at 10, since he was never allowed to do that at 10 years old.
Not the point of the conversation here, buddy.
It's not. He
Keep
keeps
it
on
moving.
going. So he
Not even
tells
10 and a
Rachel,
half.
maybe right. So he tells Rachel to tell their parents that he loves them, and then he hangs up the phone.
Yeah.
So now he gets off the phone with her. He takes out a knife and tries to get up the courage to slit his wrists
In a phone booth. Who kills himself in a phone booth?
in the middle of town.
Not
I
him.
just he
And it was
did
a
it.
He
very
did it.
dull blade and a Swiss Army knife as well.
Right?
It would have it would have
It
hurt
did not
more
look
than
sharp
anything.
at all. I feel like
And tetanus,
He's not
but-
himself at the moment. So
No.
okay.
but
Look
a
at are you on his
phone
side
booth.
right now? Because I feel like
He's
you
defending
are.
her.
well, he needs to die.
Mm-hmm.
I'm supporting his decision.
He just needs to do it not with a dull knife, if that's,
And not in a phone
Well,
booth.
and
Okay.
not in a, okay.
No.
So he can't
In
do
a
it. He goes out
porno
of the phone.
theater instead.
Okay.
My
So
favorite bit of the whole film.
it's also unnecessary and ridiculous. He gets out of the phone booth and sees even more decaying Jack across the street. And
Yes.
he's like, "Hey, buddy, come over here," and like points to the theater. And David's like, "Okay." So he goes over to this movie theater, which we now find out it's like a dirty movie theater.
Oh, it's porn.
I mean, it's dirty in multiple
yeah.
ways, but it's like porn. Okay. So he goes in to the theater. CK, he goes into the theater.
The cinema.
And
Yeah.
he
whatever you want to call it. It's fine.
the part that I didn't love about this whole thing was they're watching this porn, right?
Right.
When he starts transforming into the werewolf in the theater, they have him like moaning and grunting and like shaking the chair. And I was like, is it to make it sound like he's really enjoying the movie? Because it sounded like he really
Oh, the
was.
dude came over and just started watching him. So
I was just gonna say, and then that guy is just
Yeah.
hovering over him, and he's like, "Nothing to see here, bitch!" Like shoos him off. But I'm like, what is happening here? This guy's like, I hear the noise. I gotta go check this out.
Yeah.
And he just stood there in the middle of the aisle, just like
you're missing the
watching.
dialogue from the porn film.
Oh, there's dialogue?
Oh, or that guy who like walks
He
into the
walks
room
in
and she's
and-
like,
yeah,
"This isn't
they
your
told you
room."
not to
He's
do
like,
this
"Oh,"
again. I told you not to do this again. And the
he-
guy
she's
said,
like,
"No, you didn't." It's like, not
What
you.
the-
It's like,
"Oh, okay," and then he just leaves.
I know.
Okay,
right, bye.
That's
my mistake. Wrong room.
They filmed that
just-
specially.
Ugh,
That's not an
that-
actual porn. They filmed that for the film.
right.
Yeah.
right.
I just okay.
But they are
I'm
porn
sorry if I hopped
stars.
ahead.
You
I
did
just
hop
like
ahead.
I just couldn't.
Because we have some things to talk about
I
before
know
we get to
because
him.
he meets
Sorry.
zombies and it's fine, but I couldn't something about just like him transforming into a zombie
Mm.
in a porn theater. It was just a lot.
He's not turning into a zombie.
Oh, werewolf,
An
alien
alien.
werewolf,
An alien
okay,
werewolf.
Got it. Right.
Just
Mhm.
going full Pee Wee Herman. Yeah.
Okay. So as there's heavy breathing in the background, David said that he isn't sure if he's the killer of all those people last night. And Jack says that he wants to introduce him to somebody.
Sure.
So to his right, Gerald, the guy who he killed in the subway, said that he must die. So Gerald, basically what we're doing is we're meeting all of the
6 people he killed.
Correct.
Mhm.
So he introduces them to the other people,
Including
all
the happy
bloody.
couple.
included. They are
They're
Hello.
still happy.
they are real happy. I
She's-
feel like they should still have drinks. in
Not
their
for
hands.
nothing. She's goddamn precious.
She is super cute.
Yeah.
She is adorable.
Oh, a gun.
She's got like blood all over her teeth, and she's in a great fucking mood.
Yeah. Well, and they're all like discussing the best way that he needs to kill himself.
Yeah.
Mm.
The people who are disgruntled is the subway guy and the homeless people.
Which
But
Yeah.
that couple that he killed, they're having a great time at the theater.
I think they live their best life.
Oh,
I think they're
well.
happy. I think they've
They're
done what they
together.
can do. They're together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now it's nighttime.
Mm.
So it went from like afternoon to night pretty quickly.
He was in that theater for a while.
Oh, sure shit
Mhm.
was. He probably did more than what we just saw on the TV. So, and David, like you were saying before,
Uh-huh.
is turning into a werewolf.
Yeah.
He starts attacking everybody that comes into the movie theater.
Yeah.
And when the police go in to check what's going on, we see bloody remains all over.
Real squishy sounds.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I
More than just in the movie.
right. I was thinking to myself once we got to this point, I'm like, this is a really long porn. Like,
That
this
just
is long.
clicked.
What did you say?
I just realized you were talking about the porno movie with the squishy noises. Where they have a
I
break
was.
when the lassie is on the phone. Massive Norks out just sitting on the chair. Okay, bye. Oh man. A
Okay.
very
Okay.
British porn.
British porn. So
It was very polite. I will say that.
It was polite.
Yeah.
It was very polite.
Do you mind if I do?
He's like, "Oh, I'm sorry," and leaves the room. Like, okay, cool.
Exactly.
Anyway.
So the police lock this werewolf, David,
Mhm.
in the movie theater as the crowd starts to gather around outside.
Yeah.
The Scotland
Why
Yard
are they
investigator.
gathering? Why are
I don't
they
know.
It's
gathering?
creating like a crowd
I don't know.
in front of the theater, like that rolling door in front of it.
It's a buffet, is what it's creating.
I
We've
just
100%.
well,
Yeah.
it does. So the Scotland Yard investigators show up, and one of them almost immediately gets his head ripped off by David
Sure.
because he ends
That's
up
not funny.
jumping through this metal.
Sorry, it's the way it bounces off the car. Blink.
He also causes quite the car accident too. I mean, like
really
everybody
does.
in London is driving in this like Piccadilly Circle area at the same time. And they're all crashing their cars into each other.
Yeah,
This bus is knocking people out the window. I mean, bodies are flying.
they're dying. Everybody's
Mm.
dying.
It's just a lot happening.
Guy
Yeah,
getting
Yeah.
squished between two cars, and yeah,
sure are.
Hold on.
Mhm. It's quite a mess, really.
It's real
Quite a
messy.
mess.
So the doctor and Alex are notified that this is going on and immediately go to where David is.
Well, she's like, they're like, there's an animal in Piccadilly Circle. She's like,
There's a
it's
mad
David.
dog. There's a
Just
mad
automatically-
dog called David. Oh God! There's a mad dog run loose in Piccadilly Circus. David. Fucking
It's David.
David.
It's David
Don't call
automatically.
him David. It's a fearsome predator. Call him Nick. I don't know. I don't know. Bouncer. I don't know. Just
Whatever
David.
you want to say. It's fine.
Yeah.
So Alex runs down this back alley. She gets like past all of these
Yeah, because
police
they
officers.
corner him in the back of this alley.
Right.
Mm.
And she like gets past all these people.
Yeah, and it actually annoys me because she starts like approaching him and she's like, David, is that you? Opposed to what? Any other werewolf you fucking know?
Right.
Like, I don't, okay, whatever.
Just try to
Well, she
pass it
walks
on.
up to him really, really slowly, asks him to let him help her or let her help him.
Mhm.
She tells him that she loves him, and then the police end up shooting David.
Because he like goes to lunge and they're like, ah.
yeah, and then he's dead.
Oh, you're
And then we see
missing
naked
so
David.
much. You're missing
Then
so
naked
much.
David.
From
Okay,
this.
tell us.
There's so much.
What did we
What?
miss?
Okay, this is what I got from it. This is what
Okay.
I'm forcing upon this moment.
Okay, let's hear it.
Here we
She's
go.
walking down, and it's like hello sort of moment. It's David, and then she says, "I love
David, is
you,"
that you?
and you get a
Mhm.
close up of the wolfy eyes, and she
He,
says, "I love
he
you," and it goes,
relaxes a bit. Uh-huh.
"Oh," and in that moment, he goes, "Oh my God, she loves me." But I'm going to hurt her because I'm a werewolf. I'm going to have to pretend to be mad and angry and lunge at her. So he does that, and then they shoot him and kill him. So he just sacrificed himself for love.
Oh wow, that was deeper than I took from it.
I mean, okay.
Total bollocks. It might
100%.
be, but maybe not. But that's what I think from it, because it was a very abrupt ending to the film. Because that's the end of the film.
I
Yeah,
thought
that's
this was
it.
going to happen,
Naked
and then
David,
all of
and
a
that's
sudden
it.
credits come up, and I was like,
Yeah.
okay, I guess we're done.
Great.
So I thought he sacrificed himself by realizing
he
that he
might
couldn't be
have.
with the
That's
woman that he
nice.
loved that he met fucking 4 days ago.
Right. And he knows he
yeah.
has to die so he doesn't hurt any more people like he did in the
Mm-hmm.
entire town. Okay, fine.
I mean, he literally has his DNA all over her apartment.
Blech,
Literally.
blech. Oh, God. Okay.
I'm just saying.
It's too much.
It's
for me.
Well, luckily you
everywhere.
can't catch werewolf. From that, I don't think.
Not in
She's
that
gonna
kind of
steal, though.
way.
Sweaty couch cushion and
She definitely needs to burn that couch, though, for nothing.
She
No
should
other
just
reason besides
move.
just being sweaty ass all over it.
Just move.
All right, you want to hear some fun facts?
Oh, yes, please.
oh,
What a
wow.
transition.
I have a morbid fun fact.
Oh,
I have
okay.
I have a morbid fact. It's not a fun
Okay.
one. So maybe I should
Yeah.
lead with this one. Do you have anything about Griffin Dunn, who played Jack? About his family?
Is it about them not wanting, like him being afraid to his mom to watch it? Is it that one?
No. It's
Okay,
about his
there you go.
sister. Okay,
Oh, no,
so
go ahead.
Griffin Dunn, who played Jack in the film,
Mm-hmm.
he had a sister called Dominique Dunn, who
Mhm.
was the daughter in the original Poltergeist film. I think
Okay.
you've covered the
The
remake,
newer
haven't you?
version.
Not the
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah.
And his father was Dominic Dunn, who was he was a film producer and stuff like that. But Dominique Dunn was murdered by her then boyfriend.
Oh.
About 5 months after Poltergeist film was released, and his father became just completely involved in true crime, and he covered court cases and trials and all that kind of thing. So Griffin Dunn's sister was in Poltergeist, another horror film, but was
Mhm.
murdered, which is why it's not a fun fact. It's a
Not
morbid
real
fact
fun.
It's morbid
because
for
of the
sure.
connection of it. So I thought I would definitely
Wow.
get that bit in before you did the fun ones. So we can actually end on a
Yeah.
high and
Mine
not
aren't
my
that
usual
morbid,
thing of
no.
bringing up fucking misery. So
Bring another room. Let's bring it back up.
I
Okay.
know, right?
let's talk about the See You Next Wednesday connection.
You kind of touched on this fact before, but this is the first film to earn an Academy Award for Best Makeup. That category was created in 1981.
Well, look at that.
Mhm.
Rik
And
Baker,
then,
who also did Michael
well, I
Jackson's
had
Thriller.
I don't know.
which one?
Michael Jackson's Thriller,
Oh, that makes sense.
also directed
That
by
does
John
make
Landis.
sense.
So
Random facts. Facts on facts.
I have
I'm full of
one
shit.
of two werewolf films to win the Academy Award for Best Makeup. Rik Baker won both times, the second being for The Wolfman in 2010.
Look at that.
Oh yeah, not a good film.
I would know, but
We're-
probably
No.
won't watch it.
Yeah.
Don't.
All the
It's a
songs
mystery.
in this film have the word moon in their titles.
Yeah.
And I
Interesting.
actually saw this fun fact when I was like halfway through the movie. Honestly, I had to take a break, to be fully honest with you. And I started going through the fun facts and I saw it. And then every song that came on, I was like overly analyzing. And I was like, oh, so it's factual. It is a fact.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. The fake porn movie, See You Next Wednesday, was the first thing to be filmed during the production. It took
Stop.
priority. It definitely took
They
priority.
wanted to make sure it was right before they continued with the
This
rest
is
of the
the
movie.
important part of the film. Let's really master this scene.
Right. We got to make sure
And
that
then we'll deal with the Nazi aliens.
we have to make sure that the moaning and everything is correctly positioned so that all the other dialogue we can put around it. Right.
I mean, there's a chance they were filming a porn at the same time anyway. Because
Sure.
the folk in,
Two birds,
the
you
folk in
know?
the fake porn film were actually in. That was their part-time. That was partly their jobs as well.
Mm.
Apparently, I read that somewhere.
Got to make money somehow.
Oh, really
you know?
interesting.
I didn't watch it.
Okay.
Okay.
It took 5 hours to add the undead makeup to Griffin Dune. Is that I'm saying it right? Dune?
I think it's done.
Done? Cool.
I think so. That's how I've heard it pronounced. Yeah.
You've corrected me before on people's names, so it's fine. Except the scene at the end of the porn theater in Piccadilly Circus where it's simply a puppet. It's not him. It's just obviously a puppet.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was an animatronic, that one.
Okay. So the porn theater, as written by John Landis in 1968, was supposed to be a theater that showed old cartoons. By the time he shot this film in 1980, the cartoon theater in London were replaced by porn theaters, so he adjusted the script accordingly. What a sacrifice.
Wow.
What a sacrifice.
I can't believe he did that. That's really like going out on a limb. Very uncomfortable.
Big-hearted of him,
I
isn't it?
know.
Big-hearted.
really a shame.
Big-hearted. I don't correct you all the time on name pronunciation.
No, I didn't mean it in that way, but I meant like
Only when you get it wrong.
Oh, and it happens often enough.
Yeah.
Because
we know nothing about nothing.
And I'm not good at reading. So it's fine. I welcome the
I
corrections.
don't want you to think that I'm being a dick about it as well.
Oh, no.
No, and I didn't mean it to say like I was thinking you're a dick.
Okay.
I just meant like,
Wait a minute.
it's fine.
Wait a minute. Are you going to apologize for me for correcting me because I said wolves or so? I don't know what I said.
Oh, he's not
earlier.
going to apologize for
No,
that.
he's
He
not.
feels very passionate about it.
Well, you know, it's just the fact it's not L in it.
Trust me, we get corrected by Dustin all the time.
Hello,
All
Dustin.
the time.
Sorry for me talking so much.
He won't mind at all.
I just find it interesting that there's, I don't know if it's all Americans, but saying it does sound like werewolf when you're saying
Wolves.
werewolf. Yeah.
Werewolf?
It
I
sounds
think
like
it depends
werewolf.
on where people are from.
I think so,
werewolves.
yeah.
Because it's like Midwest says like roof, wolf, stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Mhm.
It doesn't.
Oof.
I,
Where's
I
listen,
Midwest?
can't.
Let me
I
know.
can't say how you should say anything properly.
You don't
I
say
don't know
anything
how
right
to-
anyway.
I
I
don't know
mean,
how to
I'm
speak.
Scottish. I mean, what the fuck?
I know.
English
I
is
have
not
a
the
Sc-
second
I
or
have some
first
Scottish
language.
friends, and one of them I can understand, and the other one I can't. Like at all. Like I can't
It does
understand them
depend on
at
where
all.
they're from. If they're my accent isn't particularly strong because when I moved down to England, I had to slow down how quickly I spoke because no
Mm.
motherfucker could understand what I was saying.
Mm.
So, but if you're from like Glasgow way or way
Mhm.
further up, like there's a place called Macduff, which is only 60 miles away from where I was from originally in Aberdeen. I don't have a fucking clue what he's saying. Nothing because he talks more like a Teuchter than a Teuchter's like a countryside person.
Mm.
It's not an insult.
Probably a lot of
Wait.
slang and like a lot of like just
Doric.
abbreviated
Doric
stuff.
is the colloquial language of like the northeast area and a bit kind of around. there.
gotcha.
So yeah, but you wouldn't have a clue if I was to start talking in Doric. You'd be just looking at me.
It would be like how
Hey,
I
you're looking
reacted
at me
to that
now.
British guy in the pub. I'd be like,
I don't know what he's saying. Let me look at my
It was quite a
context.
strong accent on the thing, though. To be fair, it's like yeah. They're up in plane. This one's Seattle. Yeah. I mean, unless you're familiar with the accent, then it's understandable. You wouldn't understand what he was saying because it was quite a strong one.
It was
they were
just
using.
that guy you said was the professional wrestler at one
Yeah.
point. Like it was just him when he
Mm.
once he like went on that like long tirade about I was like I okay. Everybody else I was fine, but once he went on a tangent, I was like I was trying too hard and then I gave up.
No,
I was like
it's
I'll
fine.
just write
It's-
down stuff. It's no big
It's
deal.
fine.
It's fine.
Courtney will take care of it. Don't worry.
Yep.
It's fine.
Yeah.
She
I
always
have noticed I've
does.
started putting subtitles on more things when I'm watching them now, though.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's how
Oh, shit,
we
we're
do it.
still
I do it
recording.
anyway.
Well,
Sorry.
I only started doing it because of the like for sound effects for the episodes. So when I make notes for sound effects, I do it because then I like write in my notes about like what they're talking about, so I know what I'm making a note for sound effects for. So that's why I started doing the subtitles. Was it
Okay.
easier for me to be like, okay, what did they say
Right.
when I paused it? But it just kind of
Yeah,
works
my
out
ears
for
are
every
just getting
movie.
fucked, is all.
It's too much.
Basically, yeah.
Mm.
I'm not losing my. Don't think I'm losing my hearing, but
Mm.
it's certainly not as good as it used to be. Yeah.
But age does.
I like your sound effects though. Yeah.
Thanks.
Beep, boop.
Okay, we'll wrap up the episode
Yeah,
and we'll
sorry.
stop the recording. It's okay. I just want to give us an ending to it. Okay, so CK,
Justin, cut all that out.
do what you want with it. Well, thank you for coming on to our show and doing this
Oh,
episode with
Yes.
us. It was a
pleasure.
bunch of fun and we've been looking forward to it. And
Same.
you're a fantastic podcast friend for us to have, so we appreciate it.
We love your
Oh.
support. We really, really
Mhm.
appreciate it.
Oh,
And then
yeah.
plug everything about your shows. I mean, you talked about your shows before, but tell everybody where they can find you, whatever else people know about you. Share some info with us.
Oh heavens! You can find the podcast wherever, really. You used to be able to find them on Acast because I'm with Acast, but they don't do podcasts anymore. So Apple or iTunes or just wherever you find your podcasts, available in all good podcast stores and probably some shit ones as well. I get around.
Wow, really plugging yourself
Three of them
there.
are one night stands. Nobody fucking talks like that. Jesus Christ. Where was I? Oh yeah, so I do a family podcast. Yeah, so if it's Mirths and Monsters and CK's killing it and Infernal Souls, Eternal Arseholes. You can find them wherever really, but if you, yeah, you can search them that way. Not much else to say about me particularly. I'm a very boring man.
That's not true.
That is not
I'm
true.
Flaky weirdo is my new term for myself. But yeah, I try. I'm writing a book, and yeah, I'm just trying to get things done. I'm trying to get into voice acting and all that malarkey. So if anybody's listening and you want to hear the dulcet tones of a Scottish person in your earbuds, then fucking tell me.
Contact him. Do it now.
Will read erotic poetry.
Oh.
No, I won't. I will.
No, you
I will.
will.
I will. Totally will.
Just kidding.
Shove
Totally
it in
will.
front of me and I'll read it. But yes, no, but I oh god damn it, I'm gonna get nice now. I've been wanting to come on this show since I first started listening to this show. And
Oh,
You're
I
so
thank
sweet.
you.
love this fucking show so much. It's so much fun. And there's a lot of cack going on in the real world and things. And this kind of show is exactly what folks should be listening
Oh,
to make themselves feel better.
thank
Kind of
you. That's really
almost
sweet.
regardless if you like horror films or not. So yeah, and the two of you together just makes me very happy, and I'm
Aw.
genuinely
Thank you.
so very pleased to be on here, even if you can't say names or words properly. I'm so happy to be
Ow.
here. Even if your taste in horror
It
films
was
lean
starting off
towards
as such a nice
wrong.
compliment,
I
and then like a
know,
little
and he had a
jab
little
at the
dig.
end.
Sorry. No, I'm so happy to be on here. Really, really, so it's made my day and my week.
Oh, thank you. We were so happy to have you
Probably
on the show. It's
a
awesome.
fortnight, about a fortnight. Yeah,
Hmm.
maybe not a month. It's made my fortnight. This is me not rambling.
You are rambling. So
I know.
there's
I
that.
know. It's my way of being. But yeah. But anyone who's listening, tell your friends about this show and get them to listen because they will absolutely love it.
Oh,
Oh,
thank
thank
you.
you.
It's all right.
Thank you for joining us. We really
I'm better at
appreciate
giving
it.
compliments than taking compliments.
Keeps deflecting.
I know, right?
Yeah, a little bit. Hate it. Oh, they said I was really good.